Hey.
What's up, fool?
Hey, right.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, get the Louis bag out the car.
Uh-oh. What could be in the Louis bag? We live? Let me pull up the chat.
We gremlins.
Chit chat.
The gremlins are in there.
A glitch.
I'm cool on the glitches right now. I'm taking a.
But it's Twitch.
Remember when Kodak popped it on Kai Sinat's stream?
Yeah.
Kai was like, "What was that?" He said, "A glitch."
You ended my perk career. I feel like
I'm glad.
it's never coming back.
Yeah, right. One day we'll get back on our wave.
That's the ultimate. That's guy stuff.
Studio, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
it had to be like a studio session where you like, fuck it, let's do it.
I wish we had like a backyard shack so we could be like Beavis and Butthead and just go back there and just ingest.
The perk shack.
Yeah, the perk shack. I got the Jack Shack. Jack Shack's still alive.
Jack Shack. I think I got a new Jack Shack.
Yeah?
My room doesn't have a lock on it. There's no jacking in there.
Really?
Every time you touch yourself, your daughter runs through the door. Dad.
That is my ultimate fear. Like, I would way rather my kid walk in on me. They said there's no audio, no sound. Are they trolling us or is that real? Everybody's saying muted. If they're trolling, it's very well coordinated.
I can hear it.
It's an orchestrated hit.
It's a bot.
Look at them lying to us. Evil fans. How do they all just come together to push an evil narrative like that?
It's like they got a separate Discord.
It would be so embarrassing to have your kid walk in on you watching adult content.
Yeah.
Because think about how impossible to understand that must be from their perspective.
With your arm in your hand.
Yeah.
It's already, when you have a girl, to you guys that don't have kids, when you get out the shower, it's this weird stare and they're almost eye level and they just do this.
And just
You know
look
what
at
I'm
you.
talking? You
And they
never
know
got out
you-
the shower and your daughter just looking at your joint. Like, it's like, what are you doing, dude? They're so curious. So for them to walk in and see you struggling with it.
Yeah, I don't even. I'm doing everything possible. It could be 11 o'clock at night. I'm in the Jack Shack. I'm still locking the door.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anybody to just somehow walk in on that.
And then even then, there's
Just abusing myself.
can't you like put yourself under a blanket even when you're in the Jack Shack? So it's like another level of security.
Honestly, that is a good idea, but I've never really
It's another level of security.
taken it upon myself.
Blanket.
Blanket. Like I'm in 8th grade, just going to work.
Well, it was pretty much like the opposite of when your parents catch you jerking off, right? Because that was always a big thing you try to avoid.
My parents
when you were a
never
kid.
fully caught me.
No,
They like walked in a little bit, but I had time to throw the blanket on there. And,
they'll
Hit
like
the enter button to switch the channel.
oh, always when I was a kid, you'd have the button so you could switch back to MTV.
And then you up the channel. So if they hit last channel, they go back to empty. Like, oh, I was just changing the channel.
Yeah.
there was never like a firmly established rule in my crib. Like it's not like I wasn't allowed to jerk off or anything. but,
Right.
Like I wouldn't want them to actually see it while it was happening.
No, for sure. Like, because what would you do if you walk in on your 13-year-old son and he's pounding it?
Laugh at him.
I would be
Nah,
like,
this fool.
get it.
Yeah.
Get it. Like, I ain't
My
mad at you.
dad, the crazy part is my
That's
dad
self-love.
knew for like 2 years that I was running them up. And he just was like, well,
How much
shit.
were you doing it?
Oh, man.
You're making it sound like you had a real problem.
I did from 11 to 13. Oh my God. It was a problem. It was like, and we had that cable box, the burnout cable box. So I had the free ski
man,
on
I
there.
can't
So it was a
imagine.
problem. Like I was hitting something every night.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But I'm leaving like hard towels around and shit that he does.
What?
Socks and fucking my tissue thing next to the bed is through the roof.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Lotion
lie.
is starting to
I'd be hiding my tissues. I'd be like quickly bringing them to like a bigger trash can where they wouldn't
ashy
notice.
as hell at school, but the lotion's all gone. Like,
I would steal my brother's Playboys, and then like he would get them back, and the pages would be tampered
hey,
with.
you nasty. You'd never get a book from me ever.
Yeah, right. You
Ever.
can't control
Nigga,
yourself. It's just flying everywhere.
Yo, you
No, I was like
tripping.
11, 12 years old. I didn't know what I was doing yet. Like I barely knew how to. You feel me?
You
Like
know not to ski on the magazine.
apparently I didn't. Apparently I was in there.
I gotcha.
I still have a really traumatic memory. Not traumatic, actually. It was really eye-opening in terms of the joys of jerking off. When the first time I did it, it was so much that it was like unthinkable.
Like the
Fill up
quantity.
a quarter of a cup.
Yeah, and I didn't really like know where it was, like how much or where it was going to happen. So it's like all of a sudden I've just got like a pool
Oh, your stomach.
everywhere. It's just like so much. Like I'm
Your
looking at it
little
like,
belly button.
how is this possible? And it's just I'm like, it was never been like that since.
That's the first nut you ever busted.
Did you do this afterwards? Tell the truth.
What, to squeeze out the droplet?
No, when you got the nut up, you like,
Oh, yeah,
It's like,
probably.
It's like
Yeah.
Elmer's glue. It's like it's got teeth.
hey man, we don't need to talk about this no more.
I remember like walking around after that. It's like probably like after your first body, you walking around just thinking like, man, they don't know I got a body. I'm like looking
Yeah.
at girls thinking like,
I can.
they don't know I jerk off. They don't know I've came.
I'm ready for that. As soon as you're ready, I'm ready, baby.
I just know that I was jerking off way before I could even nut, like in the first several times, and then I realized at a certain point, like, oh shit, like I'm nutting.
The first time I did it was like, I immediately felt shame for not knowing that I probably could have done that a couple years earlier because I was like 12 or 13 or something. So I felt like I was kind of
Did you
old.
already have your wet dream?
Yeah, I had a bunch of wet dreams. Yeah.
All right, so this the thing. I didn't have a wet dream. I found out that I could. Okay, so I started busting a nut when I was 12. I found out I could bust a nut in some pussy. Swear to God.
Really?
That's
I was hitting something,
insane.
and I told her like I gotta piss. I was playing like putting my dick in it and doing all that. We was young. She was like 12, 13 too. And I'm like, oh, I gotta piss. I went to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, I'm going back in that. Like, oh, I just busted a nut. I was sitting in the house the next day like,
Okay, what's your record for 24 hours?
Oh.
How many times?
how many times?
Yeah. Like with a girl
Jerk
or
or
with
a girl?
Either way.
I just fucked the skin off my dick a couple times, bro. Like to count the exact, but like around, because there's no way you could go over like 9
was gonna
or
say,
10
I never
without
had
that
9.
shit hurting. Yeah, so it was like it had to be like a 7.
Mm.
And it was ecstasy involved because I know by the time I was done, it was like molasses. Like,
I hit 7 with a stripper from Long Beach when I was probably 29. And she was just so active, just begging for it. And that's like the first time I realized, like, oh,
I could do this.
I can do 6, 7 in a night. Like I had no idea.
Well,
And
you said 24 hours.
And well, yeah, but I'm talking about like she might have came over at 6 and we probably were hanging out till 2 in the morning.
Yeah,
That nut don't reset in your nuts for 24 hours. So it don't matter what it was. It was like if you fucked one session, you won't be able to bust a nut 10 hours later. It's still coming out slow. You got to get a couple days for it to, you know what I'm
If you
talking
want to
about?
fully recharge, I mean, I feel like if I hit one at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm in prime form at like 5 p.m. Like I could really cut a rug.
But
in
if
there.
you hit 2 at 11, you won't be doing nothing at 5 p.m.
No, I could probably still do it. But it's like it's a big difference between jerking off and sex.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was
the
gonna
sex gets
say.
you excited. Like biologically,
what
you're
I'm-
programmed to be
well,
like.
I think we're
yes.
talking about 2 separate things. I'm talking about the load. It's not a load anymore after the second. It don't matter how
Definitely
many
starts
more
drying
times
up,
you
yeah.
fuck. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
like I just came. She's like, you did?
But there's a lot of guys.
it would be like powder coming out. Like,
There's a lot of guys. One thing I realized in the adult world is that there's a bunch of guys who got like superhuman abilities. Like I know one guy who told me he was part of a GB. Gangbang.
I
And
thought you were saying the gay boys.
no. And he,
I was like, he works at Back on Feed.
it's him and 4. You're dressed for it today. It's him and 4 other dudes. And the other 4 couldn't do it, couldn't finish. So he did it 5 times.
oh wow, in the face? Like
Yeah.
you nutted in the face 5 times
5 times.
in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably spaced out a little bit, but like they had to get 5 of them to finish the scene. Otherwise, whatever. And it's also like nobody's getting paid. Like he made sure everybody got paid. He really should be taxing them after the fact.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting half of everybody's check.
Yeah.
And Shorty was a trooper because she had to sit there with like nut on her face for mad long.
There's a lot of
waiting in
troopers
between.
in that game, honestly. Like a lot of people that it's going to be a late night unless you get this done somehow.
You see what the girl at the 1,000 gangbang thing, she was mad because somebody didn't get to finish on her face.
No, she wasn't mad. She was like devastated. It hurt her
It
soul.
hurt her that he didn't get what he wanted.
And that was like the most viral thing was her crying, but it was totally misrepresented why she was crying.
Yeah, no, it made it seem like she was traumatized by the experience. No, she was traumatized that not every dude got a bust.
Exactly.
Because she cares that much about the dick.
But that was the most viral thing of the whole saga was her crying, even though it was pretty much totally misrepresented why she was crying. I was just hanging out with her in Vegas. Honestly, she got the booty enlarged over the last couple months, so she's looking real right now.
Do you think like all them back shots she was taking added to it?
As
or?
I was getting banned from casinos for my great gambling.
Wait.
Partying with,
You got banned for playing bubble craps or what?
nah, for playing Baccarat.
Yo, I owe you an apology.
Yeah, you do.
Because oh man, let's tell the streets how this went.
What happened, guys?
Bricc sends the link in the chat, in the No Jumper chat, and he says like, oh, look, this video I made of me playing bubble craps.
Right.
I immediately send a screenshot of Kiki's YouTube because Kiki did a bunch of videos playing bubble craps too, which to be totally real, like
None of them cracked 1,000.
I don't really concern myself with like non-poker gambling, so I'm not even 100% sure what bubble craps is, but like all the videos he did got like jack shit for views. No offense to the legendary Big Ski. We want you back.
We want you back, Ski.
I sent you that. And
You
you
said great minds think alike.
and you had a moment of probably thinking like, damn, like, is this lame? Like, I don't know if this is cool or not. It ended up getting 100,000.
Yeah, I cracked 100,000 in 3 days. I'm at like 120,000 off of bubble crap sessions.
But you were
crazy.
very like you knew that it was gonna pop in your head beforehand.
Yeah,
you
I
were
was
like,
better. I've been studying like gambling online since I've been asking you those questions, like ACR days. So like all of this is not new. It's just I was waiting till I had it down packed in order to get on camera with it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
but
felt
Bricc
like
was very resolute because he was telling me before, and yo, I'm finna do this. This shit finna go
it's
up.
finna
Blah,
go
blah,
crazy.
blah,
When
blah,
I
like-
tell you, I'm like, it's going crazy. Because what I know is that our lingo is new to these viewers online. We talk to the dice crazy. When we gamble, like as black people in the hood, we talk to the cards, we talk to the dice. We act ignorant at the table. I'm pretty sure that they would enjoy us there instead of, oh, let me get 5 on that.
But if you
Get a phone, nigga.
you
Somewhere.
getting 100,000 on that means that like a lot of the viewers were people who have no idea who you are,
I am.
right?
Yeah.
So you're reading a lot of comments that are like, who the hell is this guy?
No, some of the comments like, "Oh, Bricc, this is the place for you. You're not in no drama." Da da da. And the other people, they're on me like, "Yeah, this guy doesn't even know how to show us what numbers he's betting on and show us exactly." I'm like, "Oh," but I'm taking it all as informative information because I just started.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, all right, cool. So
There's a lot of big YouTubers who do gambling, even like slots and stuff,
the
like
slots go crazy.
Yeah.
With anything.
things that like don't take any kind of like talent or whatever.
It's because I think the viewers' adrenaline rush with you. It's the adrenaline rush that you get from gambling.
Yeah,
Well, you made
it's
a
very
really good-
relatable.
you
Being
made-
like really good at poker is very not relatable
more
to
niche.
most people. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyone could choose some dice. But you made a good point when you're like, you can't be like emotionally attached to the money you're putting up if you want it to be.
No.
like-
Yeah. To gamble, you got to just put the money up there and do what you're going to do. It's already a loss or a win. Because if you thinking like, I'm about to lose this money, like the video is going to be shit.
Or that might like to see me gambling, it'd be really dire. You know what I mean? Like if I lose this, I don't know if I have a ride home type shit.
Go
like,
back to the room and
But that's the dopest
Beat off
video.
8 times, yeah.
Just imagine a
Break a
video of
record.
Lush going broke in Vegas trying to find a ride
that'd be
home.
kind of amazing too,
Exactly,
right?
bro. Like,
you should
you're
ham
gonna
it up
make-
though. Make it seem like worse than it is.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have to ham it up too much. But for sure, like, yeah, the record would be broken and it would be deep into double digits.
Wait, you've hit double digit nuts in a 24-hour period?
1,000% jerking off, not sex. Sex, like you said, probably around 7 or 8. That sounds about like the sweet spot.
How old were you before I get to judge?
Yo, way older than I want to admit. Way older than I want to admit.
Wow.
I'm probably like your age now, type shit. Like,
I feel like though, all right, here's the thing. Meth is a great sex drug. It's not helping you go mad times. It's going to make it hard for you to go mad times, right?
But well, physically,
No?
Because in jail, I think I drank off like 1,000,000 times after I chewed this fucking card that had meth on it. It's called a happy card. They like you chew them. And you chew them up. That's
like parachuting.
only the times that I try meth. I'm not really somebody that likes their nose to burn.
But when in jail, you gotta do what
No,
you
it's a
gotta
happy
do.
card. You try everything in jail except for cracking shit that you don't shoot needles. You don't. But you're stuck. You might as well try. You can't go nowhere.
Right.
It's just fuck. You fight somebody and go to the hole if you have a bad trip.
Yeah.
It's a cool place to come down. Yeah, bitch ain't cussing you out and shit.
nice cold floor to lay on. You feel me? No, but like it might not necessarily like your body might not be in accordance with your thoughts, but your thoughts are down to go.
I know I hit
100 times.
2 on the phone with Kirsten. Then I went to my bed and probably went 2 more.
Oh yeah.
By the time the 4th one came around, I was jacking off to the guard's voice that was walking down.
Oh my God. I love that you
She's so
really
fucking-
are like a perv in that environment. Like you're just actually
These
owning up
niggas
to
ain't
it.
gonna admit it because I didn't learn how to be a perv by myself. I'm like, damn, you guys are fucking perving out about this ugly bitch. Then like 3 years go by, like, bitch, I eat your ass right now. Like,
Literally.
bitch.
I can't really imagine just going that many times by myself. Like that's the weird thing when people are like, oh, porn is so bad because these dudes are just gooning all day, whatever. Like for me, my lifestyle always was like, I'm gonna do it once. And then I got like 8 hours where I'm not even gonna think about it at all. Now, if there's a girl in front of me who's trying to go crazy, now I could be open to that. But I'm just not thinking about it. I'm gonna go play poker for 8 hours, then hit another one.
If you ain't got no pussy in 3 years, you finna be getting your game together.
Yeah, you start getting weird.
You about to get weird. My lawyer, because I had 3 lawyers, but the lady used to come back there and rub me and the hairs on my body. I said, this is weird. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Like, she used to be like, how you doing, sweetie? I'm like, damn, you smell good. She used to be like, you're losing touch with life in there. Huh?
Nah, because you know when I became a bad gooner?
Yeah.
One of the worst periods of my life of being a gooner is when my girl had the baby.
Oh yeah.
It's like you have like months where they don't want, because she has C-section too, so she's got months where she don't want to do it, and I was mutilating myself.
Wasn't dunking dick in her mouth, like, just lay down.
Oh, for sure.
But
I
she's
was.
so busy taking care of the kid too that it's just like, it's just so like I don't want to ask for it, but actually
Beg for it.
nah, because I can kind of. Oh no. Yeah, I think I probably had to like handle myself for like a month and a half.
I would literally like at my worst, I'm jerking off until it feels gay. Until I've touched my dick so much, I'm like, you've been holding a cock for 4 hours
Yeah,
straight,
you're
buddy.
gay.
Like this is
Anytime
gay.
you're doing that, I feel like you can put
Tickling
some
my
fingers
balls.
in your ass too. You tickling your balls.
Fuck yeah, I'm
You're
tickling
gay.
my balls, bro.
You're gay, bro.
Fuck yeah, I'm tickling my
You
balls.
tickled your ass before then.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not
You don't have
above
to
or below
admit
it.
Buka buka in
already-
yourself is crazy.
Yeah.
For sure, he buka his
Tickling balls are like a part of it for me. So
That nigga- That nigga
balls
going
are
to
a part of it.
That nigga
Like-
going to get cold cucumber out the fucking refrigerator. Like,
if she, no, you're crazy. If she doming me up and like there's no ball play, like what we're adults here. What would
you like your gooch played with a little bit?
licked?
Same.
Come on, bro. I'm not too big. Brick, you're an actual homosexual, so I don't
what?
understand how this pertains. Like,
Is that real?
I'm an actual homosexual that's never had my ass played with. I told you.
Not even licked?
Nah.
Oh wow.
Never.
Damn, you're really keeping it 60th Street there. Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, the bitches that be around us, bend over in front of them, tell them eat your ass, nigga. You gonna be on media
No, it
takeout by
doesn't
the
work like
morning.
that.
You know what is my biggest regret with Lily Phillips is that I didn't request analingus
From or for her?
from her. I feel like she probably would have been down, and that definitely would have been a viral moment. Because I remember there was a clip of me and Emily Willis, God bless her soul. I don't know exactly what her status is right now, but where I was swapping back and forth, getting head and get my ass eat, and then I turn around, go back to it, and that clip went crazy. People could not believe that I was doing that.
I'm pretty sure Lily Phillips is somewhere crying that she didn't get to lick your ass because
If I hit her and just requested it, honestly, she probably wouldn't be too mad about it. But she's kind of on some weird shit where she doesn't want to like get gangbanged in America because she feels like customs isn't going to let her back in after that.
Hey, did the bitch had a baby yet? The second nigga that had the baby by the crazy bitch.
Wait, what?
No, she's still pregnant.
Who?
I think you're talking about.
Tania?
Yeah.
Not Tania.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
Nah.
Which one?
The white girl from up here. They used to call me her boyfriend. I forgot her name.
White girl?
He's
from Miami. I swear to God, I couldn't. Namir's bitch. What's her name? Might be in Namir got
Selena Powell?
Selena Powell.
Oh, yeah. What happened with
Did she have a
that? She
baby?
ain't white. She's Hispaniard.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
She sound black. Powell? Only Powell
I think she's Puerto Rican or something, right?
she got fucked by enough black dudes as her last name switched from Palmares to Powell.
Imagine we somehow missed that Colin Powell is her dad.
That's what I was about to say. That'd be crazy.
Oh, man. So I want to ask you guys about this. How did you enjoy yourselves at the off the back X4 Adam 22 collab video shoot that we did here? That it's not out yet. We didn't put the vlog out yet, but apparently I'm on this new X4 tape, which I'm pretty excited about.
It was fun.
It was an interesting scenario. You and 4 extras went off into the corner, had a nice little hour-long conversation.
It was an hour?
Maybe 40 minutes.
A lengthy politic.
Yeah. Nobody had the nerve to walk in on it. Everybody just let you guys.
We was politicking on Munchie C.
Oh.
Nah, Munchie B.
Really?
Yeah, well, it comes a point where this is the thing, and I hadn't seen this shit where niggas say, first and foremost, 6 round of applause for the niggas who leave from Burbank and go to their hood every day. Let's just do that. The motherfucker, I don't know who we was talking about when he said niggas don't go to their. I'm in my hood every day. I just don't up cameras. I don't know who can't go to their hood.
But you live all the way up there.
But I'm still over there every day.
Really? Why?
I'm still up because my whole family over there.
Okay.
And so it's by default. I can't leave my hood. Nigga, my whole family lives there. If I go to my auntie house, my mama house, I'm on the block.
Okay.
Not my mom, but if I go to my auntie, if I go anywhere over there, I'm on the block. But at the end of the day, I just felt, because he was trying to tell me about that shit when we was right there, but I didn't know he shot a low blow, and everybody was like, oh, like, bro, we was over there chopping it up. My content is my content. If I want to have a conversation with an op, because we done made it there in life to where we can have that conversation.
Because he's not really there.
Exactly.
He's not talking to anybody from Englewood. He's not talking to any Hoovers.
But you
on camera. He probably could kind of do it off camera a little bit, but not on camera.
That's not cool, because that's not being yourself. If you could do it on the tier, if you could do it in jail where we supposed to really be smashing each other, if it's a respect line right there, what's the difference between going to get your money and doing it? So you'll do it in jail for free, but when it come to go get in the bag and talking to an enemy and all that and coming to an understanding you can't do it on camera to get your money, you got to stop thinking like that.
Well, did you have to learn that for yourself at some point, or did you?
I didn't know. No, 1 + 1 = 2 to me. If we ain't shot at each other in the past, whatever, we ain't killed each other yet, obviously we not as oppy as we thought we was. Because I know some niggas that I really hate, and the nigga either got up with them or they got up with me. You get what I'm saying? So that there, if we ain't got up with each other in the 20 years that we've been gangbanging, check it out. We could sit down and holler, bro.
I thought that he was referencing you, but then I saw a lot of comments too that felt as if he was alluding to ODM sitting back on Fig, which I don't necessarily know. It might have been a little bit.
Yeah, but I just was clear in the air. We talked over there about it, but it's like, listen, if somebody say, if you in an interview and you know he talk about your homeboy, right, and they give their story and you wasn't there, you got to let them say what they say, because you're interviewing that person. It's not your interview. It's not for you to argue it. They put it out there. It comes out. You see it. You was there. You come reply to it. I think that's the purpose of content. That's how you keep the circle going, right? Yeah. I'm not about to sit here and defend no nigga that don't defend me, period. You think I'm finna talk extra for the homies? No. Tell you that now, too. No, I'm not. I'm not about to talk extra for y'all. Y'all figure it out. Y'all hear what he got to say, because then it's like I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. Like, oh, he didn't do that. Oh, my homie wouldn't do that. You don't know, these niggas do all type of weird shit. So I'm not about to be the first nigga, and I'm not talking about 4 extra. I'm just talking about in general. I'm not about to be the nigga who's so in love with my homeboy that I don't believe the op nigga that was right there when it happened.
Right. Well, because Munchie didn't say anything. Did Munchie say something specifically about Extra that got him upset? When you sat down with him?
All of it. He just didn't like the fact that I was talking to an Inglewood family.
Period.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta get over that. Yeah.
Just period.
He like, some people gonna sit up here and get on there with their ops. Well, listen, as a black man, we could go all the way back and forth. Ain't none of us supposed to be up here telling our business then, because our biggest ops own this motherfucker. If you want to be technical. So we not about to start all of that. Like, hopefully you grow into a area where you can do shit with ops, because you fuck with what's the dude's name that does the gang intervention? Skip Townsend.
Yeah, right.
That's a blood from Rolling 20s. Our ops. Y'all figured it out on the streets in order for him to employ you. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's stop being so super tough for the camera and get your money.
That's one of the most threatening names ever. If you think about it, Skip Townsend.
Skip Townsend.
Get the fuck up out of here. You better Skip Townsend.
Dude, I was just watching a Jubilee video of like Bloods and Crips talking about if they could get along. It's like 5 years old, and I just ended up randomly watching it, and it was interesting because it's like, everybody they had there was not on some tripping shit. So it's like, it would have been so much more interesting if you had dudes on it who were like actually like consumed with this, you know?
19-year-old kids that are in the thick of it. But not.
I don't think that Bloods and Crips can't get along. I feel like it's beyond Blood and Crip.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because it's like certain Bloods and Crips can be around each other, and then certain Crips and Crips can't be around certain Bloods and Bloods. The streets just fucked up. I
was just watching Colors for the first time, as I told you guys, and that's like, it's pretty funny watching it, because it is 100% like the Bloods hate the Crips, and they want to kill each other, and that's it. That's the whole deal.
That's where gangbanging was at in the 80s.
Yeah, 88, I think it came out. Yeah. My favorite scene in it was this moment where dudes all get locked up, and it's like there's a big gate between them, but it's all the Bloods and all the Crips, and they just like trying to get at each other through this big gate, and they're all wearing their street clothes. So one side's wearing all red and one side's wearing all blue, and they're just going to war with each other. Also, like, I can't imagine that like there's like just some slang that is so overused in that movie. Like
I want to say sucker is used quite a bit.
A lot of
like,
sucker talk. Yeah.
But you gotta think, I'm gonna get you sucker. Sucker Jive Turkey was in right there.
Yo, that shit was funny as fuck. That movie is wild.
Also, like, if you like, what's crazy about Colors is compared to all the other gangster movies, that's like the one, because Boys in the Hood, it wasn't from like the perspective of like Bloods, gang members. Yeah. Even though, like, if you really watch it, you know that's Rolling 60s and BPSs or Crenshaw
Mafia. They don't name the gangs?
No, they don't. Like, they
don't pull up banging on each other.
But see, look, Boys in the Hood came out like 3 years after Colors.
Correct.
But they got S-hats, so you can see
they got S-hats.
They probably just didn't name them for like, you know, self-preservation.
Well, no, they literally
and then 93 Menace to Society too. So that's like 5 years after Colors.
Which is clearly in the Jordan Downs. That's really supposed to be the Grape Streets, but they don't talk about, they never say the word Grape Street. There's actually no Crips and Bloods in Menace to Society at all.
Wow, that's interesting. I gotta rewatch
They might say "cuh," you might hear them say "cuh" a little bit, but also that's the first one that was after the riots, because all those other movies took place before and were shot before the riots. So like, it's kind of a snapshot on the way LA used to look compared to the way it looked afterwards, because them riots really tore an asshole through the city for real.
Okay, but here's a narrative, is that I've seen a lot of people trying to make the Adam Bricc Baby 4 extra shit complicated. I even saw a meme, I wish I had it on me right now, but it was like, you know, Wolverine crying and he's looking at a picture
of Cyclops and Jean Grey.
It's Bricc as Wolverine looking at a picture of me and 4 extras, just looking sad as fuck. So do you feel like, have I crossed any lines? Do you feel as if I've kind of made this shit weird for you or anything?
Kinda, but nah.
Kinda? All right, explain.
Off camera, you know why. But
why?
I talked to you at the beginning of this shit, but we got cool. So it's not really as, you get what I'm saying?
Well, I understand that there's stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it on camera.
But do you fully get that meme, Adam? Because
not really. I'm not that X-Men verse.
But look, I don't feel no type of way.
He's like jealous that you have a new girlfriend.
But I'm saying, like, what the fuck? Nigga, you asked me a question about the meme. You talk about a fucking meme.
All right, go ahead.
And cutting me off to make sure. Every time I start talking, but that fucking meme.
Pressure.
Look, bro. I'm not tripping off of the 4 extra shit. That's my boy. Like, we from neighborhood. I'm glad that he up here. You know what I mean? It's gonna start a lot of shit him being here. But I started a lot of shit being here. So it's just like, hey, it's your turn to take the. Of course, his momentum is he's new. He's the newer guy. His momentum gonna be going through the roof. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't be mad about that. You acquaint him and giving them a warm welcome to that's what you posted him. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, I really don't give a fuck. That shit, that's more momentum over here for us. This the home team. And it ain't like you signed the op. But as
That would
far
be tricky.
as, but as far
trickier.
I mean, even if you did, once you be here, like, I'm at a whole different part of my life. So, like, you asking me that shit is like, he here. As long as he can hold his ground, because none of these niggas go live up here. So until you niggas start going live and shit and all that, then y'all in my position. Everybody else, y'all just here. Don't nobody know y'all here.
Damn, so going live is a big bragging rights thing for you, huh?
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? No, none of you gangsta ass niggas go live at No Jumper. And I ain't saying that 4 extras.
I mean, there could be some gangsters on the news. We haven't
but that ain't
necessarily
even
made
live
it super.
no more, is it?
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't at first.
All
but now
right,
it is.
all right. That's why I was saying it like that. I'm like, it ain't even live. Like, they ain't even getting that same pressure.
Right.
It is more pressure. That's
It's
true.
way more
Yeah,
pressure
it's
on
more
live.
pressure.
I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
You can't mess up, and then everybody know where you at.
That's one thing we realized though is that like it don't really matter. People like the people who have the most reason to pull up and who talk the most shit are still not pulling up while we're live.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but who's done it? It's like comparator.
But he didn't even come in like a contentious way.
Somebody said he did. I didn't see it.
My whole thing, because I mean, you know, you gotta cheerlead. Like, I just don't want him getting cool with that other guy that work here, and that seems like what you try to do. Like, he don't need to be cool with fucking Whack. Fuck Whack. If the homie kicks it with Whack, he's taking down his stock. You being cool with Whack is taking down your stock. Period. Off the back. You talk about some munchy B. I would never even like that Whack shit. Can't be your friend. At all. No, sir.
Really? So that's you're drawing a line in the sand. If he's homies with Whack,
He can't fuck with Whack. Hell no, you can't fuck with Whack, nigga. Whack always got something to say about the homies, nigga. You talk about you from all of them, nigga. Stand on that. Nigga, we ain't doing that.
Interesting line in the sand right there.
It was a very that video shoot was incredibly neighborly. Like all the different people that were there. I mean, from Extra being there, Expo, Fat Jack was there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Park Ranger.
Ranger was there. T Rock was there.
Yeah, baby T Rock came.
Ralphie and all of his people was there. So it was
That was a good time.
It was dope. And it ain't really been done like that in a fun fashion with the 40s and the 60s in a minute. I know it was just me, but I had fun. I got to see all my cousins and shit from 40s. Not my real cousins, but my cousins. Like, you know what I mean? So we had fun. And then P. Ranger, that's the biggest dude that was there with me, but that was my Bucky for like a year and a half.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, because when I seen him in the studio with X4, he was like, yo, call Zaire. Call Zaire right now. You got to call Zaire right now.
Yeah. He got
cool,
sit there. He's super cool, but that kind of put me in like a better place with the 40s, though. I can say that.
Okay. That was what I was hoping for. Hoping we could bring everything back.
No, it already was love, but like to see that it's reciprocated in a real fashion, like it's not bullshit. It's like, oh, okay, we all getting somewhere. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's what's up. So a lot of cancellations of people in the No Jumper orbit. Maybe we can talk about Destiny first, since he's someone, I feel like we're going to spend less time on him than the Akademiks situation, since the Akademiks thing is a little bit closer to home. But basically, all right, so my version of it, Destiny was allegedly fucking chicks and having a camera secretly set up to film it. So then he had this content on his computer, and then allegedly, and I hope I'm not getting details wrong. People, please tap in. Let me know if I'm fucking up any details. But I believe that then he was having a conversation with somebody that he was courting online, trying to get freaky with. And that person basically, like, their computer got hacked. And so then a video of a girl that he was smashing, who it was supposed to not be recorded in any way, according to what she thought. That video ends up getting leaked. So now this girl claims that she's doing a federal revenge porn lawsuit against him in order to get some kind of retribution because he was sneakily filming sex acts.
What makes it federal as opposed to?
I don't know. She might not know either. That's just what she said.
Well, I mean, the Revenge Porn Act is probably only something that gets taken up in federal court. It's probably not a state thing.
Like there's not actual.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, if it's being decimated online across state lines and shit.
That's what I was about to say, because
kinda
it's
makes
like
sense.
online content. A lot of people with the child porn and stuff like that, they really don't go to state. They usually catch federal charges.
Really? Okay.
I don't know why, but
Probably because, like you said, if there's like across state lines,
So it's like how mail fraud is a fucking a federal crime typically, I think. It's like,
yeah,
you know.
that's because that's their fucking service.
correct.
Yeah.
U.S. Postal Service.
Exactly,
You can't
yeah.
do nothing. You break a mailbox, you could go to the feds.
Yeah.
So the lie is you're not allowed to record sex acts without both parties' consent. Is that the law?
I would assume.
Yeah.
He's guilty. Motherfucker, you don't feel that way?
Nah.
Yo.
No. I'm merely like, I really just am trying to get.
I guess like prior to like recently, I wouldn't have necessarily thought about the fact that secretly recording that kind of thing would, because all right, this is the thing that makes it kind of weird is that he didn't intentionally
Distribute
spread it. Now,
Right.
it turns out that he was sending it to this one person, but we didn't necessarily, like, I'm sure that in his head, he didn't think about the consequences of him sending it to this one person.
Yeah.
In order for it to be revenge porn, I would think that there would have to be a motive for him putting it out there to people. Now, if he sent it to even one person, does that count as revenge porn? I'm not really sure.
Well, yeah, as far as I know, like any distribution of a sex tape without the other person's consent could
Right.
fall under that category.
Yeah.
But like, what I want to know is, so beyond like, do you have to, because there's like celebrities and celebrities make girls sometimes if they're on tour or whatever sign NDAs and like have the sex be filmed for their own protection. So a girl doesn't try to like put a false accusation on them afterwards. I wonder, do they have to be made aware though that is being, I believe so, right?
If
Like,
they signed the NDA where he's saying that the sex has to be filmed
yeah.
in order, then yeah.
But the NDA should probably specify that you're going to be filmed having sex as well.
That's to say that you're getting filmed.
Because, okay, Rico Strong, I have a super viral clip that we did a while ago where I was talking to Rico Strong, and he basically like fucked a girl on set on a porno. And the thing that saved him, according to him, is that he had nanny cam footage from the house in which you could see that the narrative that the girl was trying to put on him was not accurate. Now,
I remember that.
this is a porn set, so that's like a totally different situation. But that has occurred to me in the past. If you're a public figure and you're worried about getting sued by a girl, basically like reframing consensual sex as non-consensual,
Right.
the best thing you could possibly do would be to have the fucking nanny cam in the corner of your room. That being said, this sounds like a federal crime if you do so. So, I mean,
No, if you got surveillance cameras in your house,
exactly.
And
But are
they
you allowed to
fucking
just
get-
have it in your bedroom?
yeah,
Really? I don't
you
know.
can have them anywhere.
In the bathroom.
You walking into my house. I got millions of dollars inside this room, bitch. You got, it's visible as long as it's not a hidden camera.
Right.
If you see an eye in the sky right there, you still pull off your clothes and start fucking, bitch. Then
I want to Google the legality of this, but I can't even think of what I should write.
now maybe if it was in like a public bathroom or a hotel room or something, it's like, all right, but your house, it's like, come on. What, I'm
Because
supposed
think
to
about
turn
it.
the camera off?
Sears can have cameras all over the entire store, but they
not
can't
the
have
bathroom.
cameras in the changing room or the bathroom.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
but
but
I
that's
feel
a
like-
public place.
Nanny cam might be the way to circumvent that law right there. Like as far as, especially because like you said, the intention is for surveillance. The intention isn't to record it. If a sex act happens to get recorded on there and then winds up exonerating you from a potential of false allegation.
Now, if you send that out,
Yeah, you got to
people,
keep that
that's a
shit on a
problem.
lock and
Yeah,
key,
yeah,
make it
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Now, I guess like this is the thing about it. Destiny is a super leftist progressive, which is basically the camp that is eager to cancel their own members for nearly any offense that you can possibly think of. And I think that creates an interesting dynamic because obviously there's a lot of people on the left that are eager to cancel Destiny for this. That being said, the other side, if you can imagine this taking place, you know, there's tons of people who are literally like working in the White House right now who have sexual controversies that are way crazier than this.
Right.
And absolutely nobody on the right gives a fuck at all. There's like zero chance of them getting canceled for it. So I feel like it's almost becoming, and also you can't underestimate the extent to which Destiny's fan base is fucking massive and loyal. And I would assume some percentage of his fan base is basically, running for the hills at this point. They might feel like this is a step too far. But that being said, if this was taking place with somebody on the right, nobody's going to give a fuck. There's zero people on the right who care about Matt Gaetz and all the shit that he's been accused of, you know?
Right.
And he's in a position of power that is infinitely more intense than Destiny.
Well, if this happened to like Fuentes or Richard Spencer, would their fan bases give a fuck?
I feel like we would all be so happy to find out that Nick Fuentes is actually capable of intercourse because there's been no indication. Even Destiny told me he thinks that Nick Fuentes is asexual.
Right.
So I don't know. It's kind of, but like from my perspective, I can definitely look at this. And if it took place as said, I can agree that this is bad behavior. I would have advised him to not be non-consensually filming sex acts if that's actually how this went down, and definitely not sending it to people that you don't even actually fucking know.
Cancel them or keep them.
But are we going to, like, am I going to personally write him off and not fuck with him as a person as a result of this? A comparison popped into my head. Let's say Bricc walks in here.
He didn't rape her.
He didn't rape her.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's like if you have sex with him, you should be able to have sex with this dude without assuming that footage is going to be sent around to some people, right?
Correct. But he did not do anything. She wasn't underage. Mm-hmm. He didn't take it. Mm-hmm. He filmed it. That's weird. You just the weird homie. I feel like, you know what I mean? But I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like that you the weird homie.
Okay, let's say Bricc walks in here and he's got a video on his phone of him piping a girl. And he points it at me and says, "Look at this work I was putting in earlier." He didn't get permission from that girl to show me that footage, but he did. Now, this is the real life version of it because the Destiny version happened online where there's a record of everything.
Right. No. Is the girl looking into the camera gagging?
I mean, let's assume for this argument that she knew that you filmed it. Yeah. But she's obviously also not assuming that anybody was going to see this.
No, for sure.
But you showed me.
But for sure.
And who gives a fuck, right? Because it's like, what am I going to do? You could torture me and you're not going to be able to pry that memory out of my brain that I saw this on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So from my perspective, it's kind of a gray area. It's like definitely bad behavior. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's also like not so far gone that I feel like it changes the fact that I had respect for him before all this. It doesn't really impact my idea of him that much, besides the fact like, okay, he's kind of a weirdo sexually, which I already knew. He sucks dudes' dicks off Grindr.
That's what I was about to say. We was on the same shit. I was going to say, you could look at Destiny.
Yeah.
You could look at Destiny and be like, kind of weird. But he's straight. You
and maybe wasn't totally
not straight, but he's like,
but maybe he wasn't drowning in pussy prior to becoming super famous online over the last few years.
Well, you don't got to be drowning in pussy to not want to deep throat a schlong. You know what I'm saying?
Because he had a conversation that also leaked as part of this, where he was basically like, "Yeah, I went downstairs and I sucked off this dude from Grindr." He was like, "It was kind of weird, but I liked it." I'm reading that just like, God damn it! I liked when I knew that he was bisexual, but I hadn't actually read any like depictions of it, dude.
Is there something kind of...
You thought he was a giver,
Well, he was.
No, he was a giver. He sucked off a dude off Grindr.
Receiving still.
Giving head?
Sucking a dick?
Yeah, because you're receiving the cup. The receiving side is like...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Listen, if he actually, honestly,
you're still a top.
If all he did was get head from guys, yeah, that would put him at like a slightly less level in my mind. Although pretty weird too, because obviously we're all pretty uncomfortable with gay shit.
Weird
in a way.
It's like you doing the dick sucking is like crazy. Like nigga, bye, nigga. I don't know. Is there anything for like 3/4 gay. Like you not bi. Bi is like down the middle.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out a term for if you were just getting head from dudes.
There's bi and then there's bi.
Like 3/4.
Yeah. Like,
Honestly, the thing that kind of fucked me up with Destiny was like the clip I saw of him giving head. It was weak head.
no technique.
It's like, you know, as a
It's getting worse.
I'm
What
a
are you
professional
talking
top
about?
receiver. Like part of my job is to get head, so I feel like I have a very knowledgeable perspective on top. And I was almost kind of let down, like, bro, like if you're gonna be doing this, you gotta do it for real. You gotta put your back into it.
Is it kind of crazy
Has
that
he
this
ever put
fool-
his back into it?
I don't know. The one I saw was like,
Yo, I'm talking about like, has he ever had his back blown out?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Hall of Fame recoil? No, what I want to know though, is it kind of like, is it weird that, because it wasn't, he didn't choose to
it's
have the
weird.
footage.
Yes.
Well, he didn't choose to have the footage put out of him giving top, right?
Exactly. He
So,
wanted
like,
to
this-
keep that. He has like a 13-year-old
Mother
son who's
Exactly.
on Twitter, sees all this shit. He has like in his bio, Destiny's son.
Oh man.
And so he's absolutely privy to everything. So imagine just like, you know your dad's bi versus like you see your dad giving some top. That's crazy.
Damn, little cuz finna be second dick.
That is some bad karma though, right?
Damn, cuz hopefully not. But it's like, fuck.
It is weird though, because it's like, you know, you got so many like people in your life that haven't been canceled.
Yeah.
And then to see them enter into the canceled category where like literally anything that Destiny said, because he's always Mr. like talk shit on Twitter. Somebody does something fucked up, you're gonna call him out. It's like everybody's always just one quote tweet away now. Like, you got sued for revenge porn and you filmed girls without their consent. Boom. That's like the immediate shutdown to whatever opinion you're ever gonna have.
I feel like cancelization is damn near a rite of passage for like content creators.
There's so many ways to get there now. You
I
know?
feel like he ain't do too much though. Like it's like, okay, he recorded the shit. I don't know, cause I know some weird niggas that used to leave their computer on too. Not me, I ain't never did it, but they were calling escorts. Like, nigga, what's wrong with you?
See, okay, that's
Like you're
that's
on
weird.
Backpage and then you're filming you tricking. Like, nigga, this doesn't even count.
Oh, if it's a prostitute, that changes my opinion of it significantly because you're just recording the thing that you paid for. Now, you shouldn't send it around.
No, you shouldn't.
Because who knows, she might end up wanting to be a regular girl after all this.
You don't know about it, but you going through your computer, you going through your laptop, you going through the shit, you just finding out how to work it. Mind you, we hood niggas, we only listen to YouTube and music on the 2013 is you only listening to that type of shit. You're not using a computer to tweet or nothing like that.
Right.
All right, so now I'm starting to record videos of us freestyling in the house. Remember that was a thing on YouTube. We should pull those up, me and Longway and them in like 2012. But look, I'm going through the footage. I just see dick hanging out. Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Long way, dick?
No, hell no.
Long way.
I was gonna say, send that.
Look, so it's somebody in and around the industry. You know who I'm talking about. Big old nigga, you nasty motherfucker.
Alley boy?
Nah, I ain't gonna say his name even if you guess it. So, he owned that motherfucker with the prostitutes. He got like 11 different joints. I'm tripping because your ass is raw on the nigga couch. My face been there before, nigga.
Yeah. But you should probably kind of assume that anytime you sleep on a couch. You know?
Bro, this is our couch. I'm supposed to be sleeping in my ass. I'm not supposed to be sleeping in this nigga ass, and I know he don't take showers. You could just see. Everybody seeing him fuck a bitch. I'm seeing his ass like, oh my God, he keeps grinding that motherfucker against the couch. I went and threw the couch shit out.
Well, once you start like amassing a catalog that's over 10 deep, this is now like a habitual thing.
But he the weird homie for that too.
Yeah, he's hella the
You
weird
gotta encrypt
homie.
that content.
Yeah. Nah, that ain't even his computer. He was going home afterwards. He was like,
Bro, I have
want
so
the
many.
homies to see
No,
this.
that's weird.
I have many fringe cases of this in my mind. All right, when I was like 20, I had a roommate and he was kind of tech savvy for this time period. And I remember him having random girls over off MySpace and fucking them. And he set it up so that while he was fucking them in our room, which was directly next to his, there was a live feed to the TV in our room so that we could watch him fuck the girls. And I'm gonna be real with you, like, this was not really like my doing. This was more him being excited about the technological implications of this. I remember kind of like playing poker on my computer and like kind of glancing over at it. It's like, honestly, the girls weren't anything special. So I wasn't really even excited about seeing it. When I think about that now, think about like the current framing of that.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty sinister. Now, this is a random ass dude, but if this dude was in any way well known, holy shit, that would have been viewed as the worst fucking thing you could possibly do, the most perverted shit ever. And we thought it was completely normal.
Well, it's basically just regular surveillance technology too that he was super excited about, right? Just like,
I mean, I don't know. Cameras on is, I mean, any type of surveillance with sex is crazy.
yeah.
It's just, you know it. In your mind, it's like, damn, I'm recording this bitch and she don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how's your dick still getting hard?
No, definitely. That's
Like,
it's
if
just. But okay, secretly like pulling out your phone and filming while you fucking with her versus having a camera in the corner of the room. I mean, the camera in the corner of the room is like easier to ignore, forget about, especially in the nanny cam. It's on all the time.
A nanny cam is cool. We already said that. I'm talking about.
It's also the worst quality that like almost nobody would even want to see, right?
Yeah, that's
and
not
that's
even
part of all
for
this is we don't even know what this footage looks like. We don't know how damning it is to the girls involved. We don't know if you can barely tell that it's her. Now, apparently, she's expected, if she wins this lawsuit, to get like 150 grand out of him, which, to be fair, is probably not that much money to him as somebody who's fucking huge as a streamer.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I felt like she could potentially be in for more than that.
I don't know if it scales up based on your income or what, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Basically, like, don't be filming girls unless you ask them first.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
I mean, he hasn't said much at all about this. He put out like a very like polite, PR friendly statement. We haven't really heard him talk about it. And there's definitely a chance in my mind that a lot of this shit is kind of overblown or like not as extreme as it's being made out to be. And once you actually saw the details of it, you might be like, it's not really as damning as I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's just weird because he has such a calculated mind for like the way he sets up arguments and discussions, and the fact that he would like leave something like that out and not really
send it to a random girl that like he didn't even know who it was on Discord or some shit, like some girl he was trying to pipe and like, oh, here, look at this video of me fucking this other girl. If you don't have any reason to trust that person to keep your secret, that does kind of make you feel like, oh, so you're brilliant in your chosen career path and you are kind of retarded when it comes to like social stuff, which I guess we probably could have assumed.
It happens like that. They lack logical anything sometimes. Like, they'll be geniuses. That's the part of like being on the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's like, has something to do. I don't know. I can't point to it, but that's spectrum activity.
Right. No, for sure. Like he's amazing at Roblox and debating people, but he doesn't know how to have cursory.
But I feel like the girl wouldn't have told on him if the girl was staring in the camera gagging. She seen it was an off guard, like, oh.
Well, that's a whole other
creep
thing.
shit. Like, why would you send me this creepy ass shit? Like, that's what you think you finna do to me? That's probably what went through her head, and then she publicized the shit because she probably, if she was sitting there and all that shit, I swear to God, she wouldn't. Well, I don't swear to God because I don't know what type of girl she is, but I feel like she
social justice warrior, Destiny super fan who at least one of the girls like moved to Miami to do content with Destiny on a consistent basis, which definitely makes me feel like, oh, like she was probably primed to want to have this kind of arc in her life. Like the calling out and the cancellation of somebody in that world is of very obvious value. This same storyline,
your goat is crazy.
If this, he was, and in some ways still is my goat. Like as far as like the content shit, like he's definitely one of my favorite of all time.
The girl that's telling, like, she looks up to him, but to be able to use the shit that they use on everybody else on somebody as big as him, she knows that this could possibly spark her.
If this happened in the urban space, I don't know who the equivalent of Destiny. Honestly, the equivalent of Destiny is like Akademiks, who we are going to get to. But Yeah, I mean, Academics for sure, they would make this into like the biggest fucking thing ever just because they know that he's, everybody looking for a reason to take him down. I'm almost thinking more like a rapper because like in his world, he's kind of like I guess like a politician in that world is like the rapper, and then the streamer is the streamer.
He'd be like a Drake or a Kendrick or a J. Cole. He's like he's big three in his field, right?
If we found out that J. Cole was recording his jump off sex.
Oh, it'd be all bad.
Yeah, that would be very bad. But with Drake, it would be less surprising.
Right.
But that's also partially because he's had his reputation so assaulted over the last couple of months. Yeah. Fuck.
In order to but what you said makes sense. In order for, she's probably already incentivized to have an arc like this, because to even get close to Destiny, you have to be an orbiter for a while, right? There's all these people that are kind of, their sole existence is based on whatever he got going on. Yeah.
There's a couple of different girls saying this about him, though. I don't know like what the validity of each one. I don't know if the accusations are exactly the same for all of them, but
what I want to know is, do people lose more respect for him for sucking on a dick or for being nefarious with his filming and sharing of sex?
Filming.
I mean, in his world, he gets no shit for sucking a dick.
That's what I said. That's what I said, it's the filming.
In hip hop, the dick sucking would be the story.
Yeah.
Right.
Diddy being gay was way more of the story for a while.
Yeah.
Until the feds raided the crib. And also, like, legal shit in hip hop is a big deal because everybody can kind of relate to it to a certain extent.
I got word from like a super, super close source that I consider like an uncle to me. And he was just like, well, it's not a lie. What they're charging them for is a lie.
Yeah. 4 extra calling. I feel like I got to pick up.
Call up.
Adams.
Up. I got to call him back because I waited too long. This is not scripted. He does call me all the time. You might not even know I'm live.
You know you lie.
Hello?
Hello, sir. We are live on the No Jumper Show. What's going on?
What's the deal? Fucking back.
Off the back. I'm with Bricc. What's going on?
What nigga neighborhood, nigga?
Hey,
neighborhood. Nigga neighborhood, nigga on the hood.
Hey, so I had just brought up, I thought that you was calling anyway, so I had just brought up the fact that when you went on your rant about Munchie B, well, when you had what you had to say about Munchie B, you were saying that most niggas don't go back to their hood and all that after No Jumper.
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
See, this niggas cuz on the hood, the thing I'll be sitting on there, cuz like, first off, cuz so cuz the enemy.
That's what I said, overall.
Enemies don't matter what they say, bro, they gonna always trying to downplay the homies. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to say, use slick words, but Adams don't know that. We know that because we from the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even play them type of games because back and forth, no enemies on dead homies.
Oh,
but on neighborhood crib, that's why if you my homies, nigga, we gonna get up there. I ain't playing none of that on the dead on Rolling.
That's what I said.
Crib.
I said you ain't made it. You ain't made it to that part of your career where you could do it online. Well, Munchie, I wouldn't even say Munchie, but I feel like if you could have a clear line of communication with Skip on the street, that one day you could get on camera with the ops, bro. I don't think that it's just every op that you saying that about. Maybe in particular, cuz.
Man, I'm not getting on camera with no ops, nigga. That beef percent. That's solid. I'm not sure my homies. That's cool. I'm good. Dead homies. Whatever people want to do,
I respect that. Yeah. Nah, that's respectable though.
I'm from neighborhood crib, West Side Road, 30s to the 100s to the coast to the main streets. I'm good on West Side Road.
I understand.
But anyway, I just called cuz just to tell y'all niggas neighborhood.
Neighborhood though, off the back. You already know we in here though.
Hey, the motherfucking back.
Running it the fuck up.
Lock it all the way in, cuz. Hey, you hear me? Hey, you should have came to the gym with us earlier, nigga.
I gotta start doing that. See, that's a real homeboy though. See what I'm saying? That's a real homeboy. Motherfuckers want me to pull up and post some lean and smoke. He want
because we were gonna go to an MMA gym and do jujitsu training, and then that got canceled at the last minute. So we went and lifted weights, doing burpees. His cardio is fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, you hear me, Bricc?
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga Adam's so strong. That nigga, they sleeping on that nigga. He gonna put a nigga out.
He gotta get his combo. You know he ain't confident in his squabble. Like he gotta get get his combos together. Because if you strong like that, you got it.
Hey, Cuz got so much strength, cuz he gonna for sure put one of them niggas out. They playing. He gonna
go to bed.
Damn.
Bye.
Off the back, on the back.
Hey, look, hey, I love y'all. And I'm gonna see y'all play tomorrow.
I love you too, G. Hit me up.
Extra.
All right, nigga. All right, off the back.
Wait, we're not filming that thing tomorrow, right?
It's whatever you want to do. You know, we do everything. No jumpers think we the most viral thing.
Oh, God.
We won't.
Yo, but I think the thing tomorrow got postponed, I believe, till like next Monday.
Oh, it don't matter.
Off the back.
We do what we want to do.
Off the back. From Crenshaw to Raising Cane's.
Hey, neighborhood, nigga.
In H's.
New Hampshire.
Nick Hyams.
All right, I love you, bro.
Hey, delete whack number. Damn, man, I forgot to tell cuz that. Oh, because the chat, everybody gonna say, oh, he didn't say everything that he said. Fuck. We supposed to go over whack shit, too.
Oh, shit.
It's up. Because anything I'm gonna say to my homeboy face, because we was having conversations about
I'm trying to make everybody get along, but
no, we are respectful. No, it's we here. That shit locked in. I don't got nothing. I told you that experience right there is kind of what a nigga needed to be like. All right, these niggas ain't. You don't know what they own, but like for all cause, we all together, and they showed that. So all I can do is reciprocate that till they start showing shaky shit, and I doubt that niggas will show shaky shit because we homies. You get what I'm saying? But I can only give a nigga what I get.
Let me hit you with a scenario. So my wife told me she basically got like a podcast invite, right? Now, one of the people on the podcast is somebody who myself personally, I'm not so sure about their intentions. Meaning that I could see this person trying to go viral off of saying something crazy to her, etc. At first, I told her, like, I don't think you should do it. She said the person organizing the podcast she trusts and that she doesn't think that they would try to put her in a weird situation. I said, all right, that's true. But if you go, I'm going to send somebody with you. Now, this is, I felt like Whack 100 when I was saying this because he's always talking about like sending fucking
people.
homies with his girl to different things, whatever.
He's saying people out with his girl?
Or like his kid, like he's talking about like his daughter going to the mall and he's sending somebody with her and shit like that just to, be lurking in the shadows, that type of shit.
Nobody even give a fuck. Go ahead.
I was thinking,
My bad.
I don't know, like a few different names like rolled through my head in terms of just somebody who like, it's a tricky situation because it's like, do you want to send her with security? Because like security's job is not to police what is said on a podcast. Really, I would rather send her with like a homie who's intimidating that would realistically turn up on the person if they say anything. And I don't want to be, I'm comfortable being the person, but I don't want to be the person because it's a little too, me being there, it's like, why am I not just on the podcast?
You know who's supposed to go?
What's that?
The V.
The V?
Valley Vale.
That is a good throwback. That is a good one. Conrad came to mind.
Yeah.
But then also known to take a sleep wherever he might, a short sleep wherever he might be
A
at.
long rest.
So I don't know.
I was thinking, you've been wanting to bring Big Ski back in the fold. This seems like a great opportunity.
That was great. He could be a driver as well. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Driver and the shooter.
He was born to do that.
But I mean, like, so even if Lena like trusts the person that's organizing it, is it possible the person organizing it might not be aware of the dynamic between you and this other person?
He might not necessarily expect the level of JCAB behavior that I feel like one of the people on this podcast could potentially be capable of. And it's not like I think he's going to hit her. It's not like I think he's going to throw a drink at her. And just, I see people saying Hurricane Heather in the chat. Hell no, it's not from that universe at all. Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't think it was.
No. But that is absolutely nothing to do with anything like that.
It came across my mind when you first said it. I was like, it's probably
Nah.
I almost called her that.
Yeah, I would never want to put her in a situation where she had to stoop down to do a lesser podcast to get attention. That would never happen. But it's more, if it wasn't a big opportunity, we wouldn't even be talking about it or thinking about it. So yeah, I was just kind of like going through my mind in terms of, because you don't want to send her with somebody who's gonna just tweak in a situation where tweaking is not required or necessary.
yeah.
You know, you want
Oh, so
it's got to be somebody with like the situational understanding. People saying Jason Love, obviously not me and Jason Love. We're just hanging out in Vegas. That's all good, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, does she have relatively thick skin when it comes to people like being? I don't think that people aren't usually rude to her face like that.
Exactly, and that's what I want to avoid, because if something happens, then I'm gonna have to murder someone, and I don't want to be put in the position of having to ruin my whole podcasting career by shooting somebody's house up, which I even now I just incriminated myself so bad that I literally can't do that. But it's like that's the point that I would get to if somebody violated her on camera in a way that I was totally uncomfortable.
Still do that.
Okay,
You know, I'm pretty sure.
Big Ski. Big Ski, I got a job for you.
Now, regardless, if someone did do that, they wouldn't look cool as a result, because like Lena's known as such a chill person that
to you and to us, yes. To some other parts of the world, they see her as probably nothing more than just the meme of her being the guy that stepped out on her husband.
I guess my perspective is probably a bit skewed, like knowing her in real life. And okay.
We all look at her as somebody who moves in a very respectable manner, because we are in so much bullshit that it's like she doesn't ever get involved with any of it.
She got more sense than all of us.
She doesn't know about the Akademiks thing or the Destiny thing. She's so out of the loop. She's like, I don't even tell her. I thought about telling her about the Akademiks thing, and I was just like, I don't even want to change her vibration right now telling her about that.
Akademiks thing. I happen to be subscribed to Back on Fig. And no, for real, I'm telling you how I came across this info.
Why you got a shirt on?
I've been in the lab cooking up. I've been in the casino all weekend.
That's the lab now.
Yeah. I've been in the lab cooking up. Now, you know, it's a new line of work, so fuck it. But I had put in hours this weekend though. For real. But
I mean, if you can keep getting 100K or even close to that and like keep building, you for sure should make that your fucking
hobby. What's up with the Bricky Mickey collab?
I didn't even.
There you go.
Bricky and Mickey.
I'll line that up for you. That's a good idea.
That'd be hard.
Bricky and Mickey.
Yeah. But what I was doing, I didn't even go down there to film this time too much. I went down there to make sure that I had my game together. So if I do film, I at least know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So it was like a practice run. I did film, but I was like getting my strategy.
But did you get in trouble for filming? They told you it wasn't allowed or something?
No.
Okay. But you could see that happening?
They said the way I was betting was some crazy shit.
You were card counting? I don't know if that exists in bubble craps. But.
I played everything. I was down there gambling. I was playing blackjack and all type of shit.
No offense, but I don't really think you're capable of being a card counter. It's like I've watched videos about it. It seems like the hardest thing ever. You have to keep this fucking crazy number going in your head based on what cards have come out.
Yeah, I just got 86 though, and then
wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh hell!
Get me off the right molly. I'm counting cards.
I think it was more of the dealer mad about me waiting too much, and I snapped. But I didn't say nothing crazy, but I snapped.
Oh, he was roasting?
Like, color up. I was already winning too much. They're like, color up, you're 86th.
Really?
I said, so what? I've been kicked out of better. Fuck you.
What casino was it?
It was El Cortez.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's like a little one, but it's cracking right now. Like
it's like off strip, huh?
Yeah, it's downtown, but everybody goes there. That's where all the like big names film at.
I have a good relationship with the Hustler. They might give you a little bit of leeway.
I was at the Hustler last night.
I don't know if they do that. Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, you got to go to Vegas for all this, because I swear to God, if that was at Yamava, they would have been booted.
Who? Filming?
Yeah.
Well, Vegas, you go ask the pit boss. Like, do you film? You let you film? Well,
different rules in every casino.
Every casino is different.
I feel like Yamava, they be tweaking more.
They don't be tripping, but they got glasses and shit. They can't stop that shit.
But Bubble Craps is just like a standalone game. There's not even a dealer in it. Right?
Yeah. But it's like, so I got contests that I do. Like, you take the money from the Bubble Craps, you go put it all on fucking blackjack, bet that, let it ride, double it up there, take it to fucking roulette, bet it all on red. Then you get what I'm saying? Like, and see how if we can run it all the way. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that I'm doing. So I'm like, okay. let me get a routine together that keep everybody like, oh, he just left the bubble crush machine. Like, oh, is he about to hit? You
They want to see you do some ballsy ass shit.
Yeah. So I'm just seeing how much I could like without breaking myself. You know
what's crazy is like I've had conversations with homies who are well known, like public figures, famous, and they've been like, ask me like, yo, how you doing with the drugs? And I'll be like, it's all right. Like, how are you doing? Like, well, I got a whole other problem, gambling. You feel me? And they'll talk about like the depths of depravity that gambling takes them to, and like I've seen homies lose 46 bands in 3 minutes.
46, very specific number. I believe you.
Like to the point where you like, or motherfucker will order the Chinese food at Hollywood Park. At Hollywood Park, fools will order like, oh, you want some food?
Yeah, before go.
Yeah. And the money's gone. They're like, hey, you want this steak and fucking
Hell
some
no,
Chinese
got no
food?
money for it.
Yeah.
I've been there. The drive home after you just lost 30 grand feels way different than the drive home after you won 30 grand.
What? It's like the lights hit different.
Yeah,
It's
everything
like
is
the
different,
whole
yeah.
shit hitting different. And don't have anybody in the car after you lose, please.
Oh yeah.
Drive it into the fucking divider.
Well, no. It's like, I don't want to hear why did you do it and I told you so and shit after I just lost. Like, just be quiet.
That's a
Everybody
fade.
breathe. Everybody's breathing right now. We're listening to meditation sounds. Like,
That's a fade.
that's the only way I'm getting back right. But I'm listening to that as I'm gambling.
You got Enya playing in your headphones?
Yeah.
Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Okay, so they're going to kill us if we don't do this, but let me fill you in on the academics accusations. So,
The accusations.
whoa, that's good. I didn't think of that. He's not even on his stream. I believe I'm getting the details right here, but he hops on what Plaque Boy Max's stream. Or is it Plague?
Plaque.
Why do I always forget this?
Plaque.
Okay, he hops on there. Max has a mod on his Discord who's like a 15-year-old boy, like a little kid from some other country. I forget where. And they're having like a whole conversation before the part that has gone viral. And according to Ak, it's like there's a lot of trolling going on back and forth, and there's a lot of jokes being made about the level of fandom that this 15-year-old kid has for Max. So he's basically like, this, like at first, according to Ak, when I spoke to him earlier, this kid is actually saying things to Ak. Like he's giving Ak a hard time because he's streaming, so he has his own chat. His own chat is telling him things to say to Ak. Now, obviously, you're talking about a 15-year-old kid versus a 30-something-year-old dude. It's kind of like different levels of expectation.
How old is Black Boy Max?
Max is like
gotta be
early
like
20s,
Oh, I
but
thought you said a 15. Oh, that's the fan.
the
Cool.
Discord mod,
Okay, cool.
basically.
And he from another country?
Okay, it was a Discord call, not Max's stream. So that's why the narrative about Ak getting banned on Twitch is false in terms of it being directly related to something that he did on stream. I think it was like Twitch will ban you for like off-platform behavior if you do something fucked up. They'll ban you just to spare themselves the problems of they don't want Clorox's ads appearing next to you while you're going through a nightmarish hellstorm of cancellation, right? This type of thing. So at a certain point, Ak starts saying to the kid, "Oh, so like, would you fuck Max? Would you suck his dick?" He starts saying stuff.
Would you let Max fuck you?
Right, that kind of thing.
But
Basically,
these kids talk like that in them fucking Discord.
right, he's riffing on the level of obsession that this kid allegedly has for Max.
Fucking Lush.
Right. And so then this, I believe, I personally think it's been kind of like reframed as if Ak was in any like serious way suggesting that this 15-year-old kid might have sexual interactions with one of these streamers. I think they were asking like, would you fuck his sister? Would you? And the kid, to his credit, is kind of saying like, no, I'm underage, so I wouldn't fuck his sister who is above age because that would make her a pedophile, that type of thing. And so, this clip comes out and is basically characterized as Akademiks is a PDF file. Akademiks is grooming this kid etc. And there's so many people who are invested in pushing this narrative about Ak that now it's almost become like, if you aren't on board with agreeing that Ak is the worst things that you could possibly say about him,
then you a 69 guy.
and you're part of it, you're covering up right now. It also is reasonable, I think, to point out that since the Drake and Kendrick thing, there's a totally different level of Akademiks hatred out there. There's like a lot of people who are very invested in taking him down.
I seen Hitter J3 called him too.
Oh, of course, he's got it.
He ain't missing no clout.
And so, in addition to that, I think when Ak got his R-word lawsuit, we're adults, I'm not going to censor myself, his rape lawsuit, concerning this girl who said that his homies banged her and he maybe banged her too while she was blackout drunk or whatever. That came out in the public eye. It was a thing online for a few days or whatever, but it doesn't feel like it really reached the fevered pitch that you would maybe expect of a rape lawsuit.
The girl was reaching. When we read the fucking, or whatever the facts were that we came across, it was like, come on, man.
I definitely saw a lot of viral Twitter posts about it, but it doesn't feel like it really got the level of attention that probably a lot of people wanted it to for whatever reason.
Well, it definitely didn't cancel him fully.
Definitely. No, and he didn't lose his sponsors. He's with Happy Dad. He's got, he's not even like technically with Steak, but like Steak like sponsors one of his
Trump's
Twitter accounts. But he, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Happy Dad, which is Trump coded.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not. If Happy Dad was with Destiny, I don't think they're dipping out based on the accusations that he's been doing.
Happy Dad ain't even fucking with Destiny, really.
And in turn, yeah, that probably would be kind of weird. But in terms of like the factual basis of this too, there's a lot of people saying that Steak dropped him, which I don't think is true. I was talking to him. That's not true. Happy Dad dropped him. That's not true. So there's like so much fake news going on around this that it almost like seems worse than it is now. But what is true is that there are a shitload of people, a lot of really big YouTubers making videos saying that Akademiks is a piece of shit, a groomer, a PDF, whatever.
Well, like, so if you look at the whole footage, it started off, they were just kind of like friendly roasting. It wasn't even that serious. And they were like asking one of the other dudes, it wasn't Ak, it was one of the other dudes was like, hey, what's your address, bro? I'm going to send some strippers to your crib. And he's like, and the kid, I didn't know he was from a foreign country. I thought he was like a New Yorker because he kind of got like that. I ain't even going to lie to you. He's got that whole, so I can't even lie. He's all like, nah. He's like, that's grooming. That's grooming. You can't send no strippers over here. That's grooming. Like, you gonna put a case on me and you gonna put a case on them. That's what the kid is saying.
That's what the little nigga said.
Yeah, that's what the kid said. And that was in the beginning part.
He was
before
keeping it real.
Yeah. So he's actually playing it off really well. And to be fair, the kid does not look disturbed at all. I had older homies that would joke around with me like that when I was that age. I thought that shit was funny. Matter of fact, I wish my older homies would have sent me a stripper when I was 15. I would have been happy as a pig and shit.
I know.
I think my older homies, man, I ain't gonna. Hey, we got strippers around for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Like,
Myself personally, I grew up, I was 15 hanging out with BMX dudes who are like well into their 20s, maybe not 30, because being a 30-year-old BMXer even at that time was not really like that much of a thing. And it's kind of, you just like age out of it at a certain point or whatever. But I definitely have memories of being 15 and having the dudes in my social circle from bike riding or even like hardcore music or whatever saying stuff that if you view it from this perspective,
they were grooming a nigga.
It was just fucked up.
Like, I know you trying to get your dick wet tonight, little nigga. You better come over here, nigga. We got the hoes over here. Like, nigga, I'm on my way.
So it's like, I can see like two sides of it, which is that like Ak was probably very unwise to be having this kind of conversation with this kid, regardless of if he was on stream or how many people were viewing it. It's like, obviously it's inappropriate, and viewed through today's lens, it's extra inappropriate. That being said, I don't think I have the same sort of like guttural disgust that a lot of people have for it, just because that hazing that I went through as a young dude to me was so like instrumental, not even shit like that, but like literally getting my ass kicked by dudes who were older than me, that like for talking shit or whatever, just so much shit when I think about it, that I feel like to me, it's just not anywhere near as surprising as I think a lot of people were. And I feel like you coming from like a gang background is probably the same thing, because the gang world is a world in which a 16-year-old and a 30-year-old are kind of almost on like even
for sure
level in terms of a lot of things.
You 30 when you 16 in the gang world, you're gonna be held accountable for the same shit he is.
Same with graffiti and hip hop. It's the same thing.
You do all that shit. That's your ass.
All of these sort of like toxic subcultures that we came up in.
Yeah.
It just like, and like, I don't want to be viewed as like fully like apologizing for it, because I would hope that myself in a similar situation, if I was on a Discord call or a stream or whatever, and for some reason there's a 15-year-old kid on it and we're talking shit, like definitely when I'm interviewing a 15-year-old kid, which has not happened a lot in recent memory, but there's been a handful of times over the last couple of years in which like there might be like a rapper who's like real young or whatever. Definitely I'm minding my words and not trying to say anything that's going to look crazy, even if we're talking about something that, you know, even if I remember, what's that? Lil 50, was that his name? This fucking kid that I interviewed. Let me find it. I'm pretty sure like I asked him like how the girls are to him, but I definitely didn't like,
you were specific.
no, it wasn't, because he did one with Flacco.
Lil Mouse back in the day.
I remember.
Yeah, this kid, Lil 50. He's like, he had, this shit actually did good. And it was a very awkward interview, to say the least. I do recall that. But like, you know, I think I remember asking him like about how the girls are. But I definitely wasn't going to go into some detail, you know.
And I mean,
if you wrap it up,
but like,
you touch their buttholes.
no, I feel like you would be more conscientious. Gotta eat the pussy. Oddly enough, like at the show that was at my spot the other day, there was a super young dude performing. He was like 14 years old. This dude, JD the Youngin, who's super viral, and he came. One of the things he said to me, he's all like, "Tell Adam I say what's up with Lena." You feel me? And this is like a 14-year-old kid. I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I had that exact thing happen to me many times.
Like
where like a
little ass kid.
Yeah,
like,
even before the whole Jason Love saga, I remember going to a skate park and a kid just saying like, "Have fun making pornos with Lena." Yeah, not even 14. This kid was probably like 12, and just me being like, "Wow, my life is fucking weird now." Like I didn't know that was gonna happen.
But the thing about the academic thing was because it didn't just stop at that. Well, I think the worst part of it, and the thing that's got him in the most hot water is when he specifically, like you were saying earlier, was like, what if it was like, you want to be close to Mac, or you want to be close to Max, you should just let him fuck you so he could be inside you. Like, that's what Axe said. It's on the fucking stream.
That is a lot.
Literally said
That's a lot.
He said that on the stream.
But they were arguing. You got to think.
They were
what type
joking
of
and
argument.
laughing.
I've seen my 8-year-old nephew put up a fucking debate with somebody playing a game, and he argued. I'm like, "Who you talking to, little nigga? Like, give me the game. What the fuck are you talking about?" Arguing with a grown man, like, fuck you.
But it would be different if he was like, "I want to fuck you."
Yeah,
or like, "My homie's gonna fuck you." You should let this dude fuck you.
So at 15, you barking up the tree the same way. You get what I'm saying? At this point, you using all types. "I'll fuck your mom," and you know that's like video game and Discord talk.
No, so let me ask you, because that's my question for both of y'all. Who I'm pretty sure you both got nephews, right? Like you both got nephews that are teenagers, probably not far from that age.
And
right?
sometimes I walk in here and Josh's kids are here, and one of them's 8 and one of them's 10, and it's like, I'm in a different mentality when I come to No Jumper, so I'll catch myself saying fuck around them, or just using profane language, grabbing a cigarette, etc., which is like, it's very recent memory to me that these kids were like 4 or 5, and I'm just like, "Oh, how you doing, little buddy?" It's like now they're here, and I'm like accidentally doing like grown ass man shit, or just talking about a girl with them like within earshot and saying something. "Oh man, the pussy was fire," and then I'm like catching myself being like, "Fuck, I can't say that shit around."
They're still like at like the age where like farts are hilarious, though.
But
but also they're kind of grown. They're kind of like listening to rap music. They're kind of knowing what's up.
Hear the pussy is fire because they preaching that the pussy is fire right now. So if it's like, if they can hear that pussy is still fire, like pussy get wet, bro. I don't know if y'all, because you guys don't even give it a chance, y'all.
You think they
10
just
years
go
old.
gay instantly because it's indoctrination?
The gays?
These people, I mean, it's people that are saying that they're a part of the community at 10. You ain't even got a shot of no pussy. You don't even know if you love pussy.
That's true.
You haven't even tried it. Like, try it first. Let it fail you.
I'm not worried about them becoming gay or anything. I'm just kind of worried about me exposing them to like the way that dudes talk.
You're not
before their time.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm not either. But what I'm saying is, you saying the pussy is fire. It's like, oh, it's men out here knocking some pussy down.
Yeah,
But like, all I see is rainbows and shit subconsciously. That's all I was saying. So it's like, you know, certain conversations, like maybe something else, but like something about girls, little guys are supposed to know that they're supposed to like girls.
And think about if your dad is Josh and he's clapping Gunner's cheeks. That's got to be awkward.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
If you're 10 years old and you don't even have like a racial preference yet, you don't even know what kind of girls you like, you don't know if you like tits or ass, you shouldn't be thinking about pussy quite yet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Gunner, it looked like somebody clapped Gunner's cheeks in Vegas.
But the
was
real
out of it.
I should tell that story.
Yikes.
Somebody did clap the cheeks. Oh,
okay,
Mikey.
Mikey got in there. No, but because like I seen so much anticipation on Reddit because they're looking at this situation as a situation in which I need to disavow Akademiks and his behavior in order to be, I guess, like morally cohesive. And from my perspective, even if I can say, yeah, like, all right, Ak fucked up. Ak should not have done that. He should be more mindful about how he's speaking, especially when there's a minor on the Discord call, whatever. Sure. But I'm not fucking dying to just jump out the window. It's like there's so many people who want his spot. And I get it because they want my spot. They want all of our spots. And we've all felt it. Where as soon as you become part of No Jumper, or as soon as you become him, he's like the #1 streamer in hip hop. It's like a very coveted role. It's just the level of desperation to cancel people is so fucking lame to me. And I have people in my DMs who I think of as gangsters, who I know have done the things that gangsters do. And they're in my DMs saying like, oh man, you better cancel Ak tonight. And I'm like, what are you, like, what happened to you that you decided that the way to get at somebody who you're literally just jealous of is to like, use this as an opportunity to grandstand and virtue signal and basically just like try to, you know, make them look as bad as possible. Like I don't relate to that mind state. I don't appreciate when people do it to me. I think it's lame as fuck. And I just see other people like this is so normal now that they don't even realize what they're doing. They don't even realize that they're playing this gay ass internet game in which like the goal is to basically like lessen your opponent's value by grandstanding on them and talking about them like they're the biggest piece of shit ever instead of just having a rational conversation about what they did. Because I can say that Ak did something wrong
from whack. And you feel this way. I'm glad that you
not the worst point.
Yeah, but go ahead.
But I don't relate to that mentality. I don't respect it, and I don't think that it makes sense for people to expect that. I've seen people saying that AD's fucked up because AD, I guess, went on his stream and said
he's still cool with him.
And literally, this is like the quote I saw on the Reddit. I didn't actually watch it, but it said, Ak, like AD says that Ak is not a pedophile. Have we lost track of what that word means? Because there was no chance that him saying some shit to this kid. Yeah, I know. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? So it's not even like connected to the facts. It immediately goes to the worst possible interpretation, even if that interpretation is impossible, because it's not like he's ever even met this fucking kid in real life.
If there's been 2 no names on Clubhouse, would we be talking about this?
Absolutely. No way.
Would they have a case?
No. That's why this is seething opportunism. But I still want to get this, like, want y'all perspective. If that was your nephew and somebody that's in a position of power and is as famous, because the power dynamics change it. It's not just 2 people arguing on an Xbox with a random stranger. Yeah. You know, this is somebody who is one of the lords of hip hop media. You feel me? And he's having a conversation with your 15-year-old nephew, and he says, you should get some dick in you. Would you care or not?
So look, this is the thing. The fact that did he tell Ak he was 15? Because he kept saying that's underage.
Yeah. He knew. It was well aware. He was well aware.
That nigga hit to me 2 times about that shit. I'm finna leave that little nigga alone. Like, even me, like, oh, the bitches, da-da-da-da. Oh, I'm a young guy. let me just stop talking to young cuz because I ain't even supposed to be arguing with no. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like off the rip because we know how the world views you as you bash a fucking minor, even though this little nigga think he grown in the motherfucker. You can't explain that to a court or anything, so you gotta let it go. That's like saying like, oh, she was 16, but she looked like she was 21 and she was talking like she was 21. You get what I'm saying?
If this was a basketball chat and Skip Bayless was
When
talking
you
to
say
your
that to a 15-year-old girl, that's what you need to be saying in your head. Because it's essentially the same thing. It's a 15-year-old. There's no gender on top of that.
But I think,
Right.
okay, if Axe
Right.
somehow ended up in a Discord call where there was a 16-year-old female Discord moderator, I think that the trigger would have gone off in his brain more readily to be like, I really need to watch what I say because I don't want to say anything sexual to this person because A, it's inappropriate, but B, I also know how people are going to perceive
Learn
it.
from your mistakes.
But honestly, like, all right, if I have my 15-year-old nephew and he's on a Discord call and somebody ends up playing with him, like now obviously the weird part is the fact that Axe is like literally double his age. But like in general, if somebody says something to you that makes you uncomfortable being on a Discord call, my attitude on it is like, well, this is the kind of shit that you're going to go through in your life is people are going to say weird shit, bully you, say fucked up shit to you. And you're going to have to figure out the devices in which you're going to have to persevere through that kind of thing. Now it sucks that is how the internet works, is that people say disgusting things to each other and make foul jokes to each other. I don't even know why I'm saying it sucks since this is like literally the culture that birthed this fucking podcast.
I mean, I thought that shit was funny back in the day.
For sure. And it never would have occurred to me in a million years when I was 15. I remember being like 15 and I remember there was a dude who was like an older BMX dude. He was probably 25, 27, some shit like that. And he was like talking about how his fetish is that he liked to put himself up against the wall, scoot his butt up against the wall, and then jerk off until he came on his face.
What?
And I was like 14, 15, listening to him talk about this, thinking, what the fuck? Because I had never even in a million years thought that was a possibility.
Well, he's weird.
Fuck, who
for other
was it?
reasons.
Who was
Some BMX dude.
Oh, wow.
And for
busting his faces.
Yeah,
you know, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, if my 14-year-old son said that he was out riding bikes or skateboarding or whatever, and somebody was talking about that, on one hand, yeah, I'm gonna want to go yell at the dude, like, why the fuck are you talking about that in front of my kid? But at the same time, it's like, you're gonna have to learn the coping mechanisms in life to be able to have people say foul shit around you and just be able to blow it off. And to that kid's credit, he maneuvered through that conversation and didn't get out of character at all. He actually
Very
seems like
well.
extremely grown up for his age.
totally.
Because he didn't really let that shit affect him.
At all. I don't think he's going to be traumatized by that. But then, like,
But it's a difference when somebody, go ahead.
like the inverse, like look at like Ryan Sheckler, you know what I mean? Was like a superstar skateboarder, was super precocious, was a teenager or hanging out with dudes that are way older than him, and now is like talking about how traumatic it was and how he didn't get to have a childhood. So I think it just depends on the individual.
But it's a difference when you got an older grown friend that looks at you as a peer and he's making a fucking jerking off joke. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
sure.
I jerk off in my face type shit. Like, you a young nigga, like, you hanging with the grown-ups. You go hear some shit today. You get what I'm saying? At 15, you go hear some shit today. But, like, talking to him directly, talk about dick inside of you, you got to say 15 is 15, girl or boy. You got to think that in your head. Like, in gangbanging, that's a whole different world. I'm fucking 15-year-old up. I'm knocking him down and all that. Oh, my mama.
I believe you.
I'm 6'7".
You should clarify what knock him down means, though.
I'm knocking his head off because knocking him down sounds crazy.
Not buka buka.
Yeah, not buka buka.
Boo, boo, boo,
But
not buka buka.
15-year-old cuz, yeah, on the set, you got to get that because at the end of the day, these niggas that's killing rappers is from 15 to 18 years old. So, little nigga, you is public enemy number one. Your young guys better not clutch, act like you mad or nothing. I'm killing a 15-year-old faster than anything right now. I'm keeping it real.
But I mean,
I'm gonna go sit down for it. I don't give a fuck how they judge me in that motherfucker. These the niggas killing everybody.
We have a slightly different view of like what a 15-year-old is capable of because in the drill world and shit, you're kind of constantly hearing about 15, 16-year-old kids who are literally killing each other.
Yeah, fuck that. You getting your ass shot.
Yeah.
Think about the Chirac wave when it first came. Those are all 15-year-olds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chief Keef, the people y'all look up, they were 15.
JoJo, Tuka, RP, all
of them
they were 15-year-olds.
Odie Perry, 14 and shit.
And they were all talking about sex, and grown people were listening to that music and not really thinking twice about it. Now, granted, it's kind of a good thing that we live in a world that is more capable of policing bad behavior and shit, I guess. And for sure, like, Ak should take this as a learning moment to be like, oh, I should not say that kind of thing to a fucking kid on stream or whatever.
I think he was off the Hannah beat, though. He had to be. Yeah, that fool was not like, because you know when he swerved, he a little bit looser with it.
But like, okay, on the call earlier, they had been joking around. Like, the kid had made similar jokes himself about how he loves Max so much, how he would fuck Max. Like, he had made the same jokes prior to Ak making the jokes back at him.
Everything.
Yeah,
so I feel like a lot of this is kind of like being misconstrued as if Ak just went into this friendly Brady Bunch style conversation on Discord, which it kind of looks like the Brady Bunch logo or whatever, and like just like fully turned it into this like super sexualized thing. I do think a lot of people are kind of exaggerating it for effect.
We only see the clips of when they start acting up.
But that's always how it goes. They're not going to show you the 15 minutes before or after that adds some kind of context to it.
Still have to, as an adult, have a level.
I've been a fucking victim of that 100 times.
Yeah. We all
pussy, all of that shit.
Right.
It's all bad.
You still, as an adult, have to have like a level of maturity that even when someone's doing that, you got to know when to separate. But it does make it seem a lot less fucking creepy.
Yeah.
You saying Henneby is like hella dick rightish.
You said Henneby?
The Hennebito?
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Wait.
Why are you?
That's like Enemigo, but you turned it into.
Yeah, no.
Why are you changing the S to a B?
You know what it's from? It's
don't
literally
even care. You taking the S and turning it into
that's literally
a B.
it. That's literally the RJ and Schoolboy song. But when I hear myself say it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's
yeah. Because you taking the S and doing it. You're not taking the C.
You off the Henneby. Yeah, for sure.
That's not good.
You guys gay over here.
Anyway. He like this in the hood. He don't understand what I'm telling him.
No, I understand.
Yeah. We'll go back.
I can't help but accidentally just at least once an episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like my main thing is I just like, okay, I can say that Ak did not exemplify ideal grown-ass man behavior, but that to me almost like isn't the story. The story to me is more like, wow, we live in a fucking sad world where people are trying to get somebody out the pain no matter what for fucking anything. And it's like, and I'm not even trying to say that this is not bad. Obviously it is what it is, but like there's just a desperation of seeing people want to cancel people. Cause I mean, maybe I'm just saying this cause I've been through it a million fucking times, and having been through it a million times, I've just like seen it from the inside of how lame people are about that shit. But yeah, I'm not. Same thing with the Destiny thing. Did he do something fucked up? It would seem so. Am I dying to jump out the window to smear him as a piece of shit to like benefit my own content? Because the easiest way to get views off this, if we really wanted me to go viral right now, what's the thing we would say? We would say Akademiks is a piece of shit. He's a monster. He needs to be banned from hip hop. Right. Every rapper, if you don't speak out against Akademiks, then you are a piece of shit. You need to be canceled.
Yeah.
Meek Mill is my hero because he spoke out about it.
One like equals one prayer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Meek Mill canceled him.
Meek was going off.
Oh man, he couldn't wait to cancel it.
You want to read it?
I'm sure Freddie Gibbs is having a field day too.
How many bunny hops has he recorded of Meek?
Oh man, I don't know if Freddie Gibbs said anything.
Boy, Meek, that's my dog too.
Okay, so see, look, Meek got his little 6,300 likes. You know, he's feeling good. He gonna be drinking tonight, screaming at kids from some other portal. LOL. These guys' lives be terrible. Never follow the heathen. So Meek, even when he has the easiest possible dunk, still manages to fuck it up. But there's probably a few.
Why do you think that Ak chose to go live on his other channel though, not his main channel
today?
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm not 100% sure, honestly.
Why is he ripping that thing like that?
Who, Wack?
Yo,
he's practicing. But wait, no. Look, this is
a weird angle they caught, bro.
This is the other Meek tweet. It shows him blocking Akademiks TV, which, by the way, this account seems as if it's the source. Oh, look, he got 52,000 likes on this one. But this account seems like it's the source of a lot of the problems that are going on in Act's life.
His Twitter.
But not his Twitter, this one, the Akademiks TV one, which he owns, but he doesn't run it. If you're a parent, go get your kid's phone and block this man. He's grooming children with a very large platform that kids like. Also attempts to ruin black families and black success daily. Villain in the village. Who told Meek Mill that you're supposed to just do all caps with quotes at the end of every single tweet? Like, this is thirsty and disgusting. Like, the fact that he's saying that he's grooming children. Like, immediately, as soon as you say that, it's just like, oh, okay, so you don't even care about the truth at all. You're just saying whatever.
I mean, isn't Meek the dude that was letting Diddy call him daddy and was like icing himself off in the pool after supposedly having a romp with him? I don't know, dog.
I don't know, man. But there's just so many people that have a problem with somebody and they just want to use it as a way to just get at somebody. I don't know, man.
I wonder if he called his boys like, y'all don't believe this nigga, right? Y'all don't believe like, how do you go ask your homies like, hey, nigga, you jacking what he's saying? Like,
I'm high-key fake jacking that, son. Imagine being 15.
I'm high-key fake jacking that for shizzle.
Imagine being 15 years old, though, and being told that someone wants to order you strippers and being like, nah, fool, that's grooming. I would have been so juiced if the homies wanted to get me some
But as soon as he said grooming and all that, I would have been, he trying to box me in. Yeah, you trying to box me in? We ain't arguing. Like, nigga, you trying to make me say some crazy shit. You said some strippers over there is grooming. It's crazy. And you over there jacking off the fucking soft porn channels.
Grown-ass woman.
If I was 15 and somebody got me a stripper, it would have been the greatest day of my life.
Thank you.
That's my whole
somebody
point.
ordered me an escort, I would have been over the moon.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't do it for a 15-year-old.
No.
And as an adult, I can look at the grown man that would do that for a 15-year-old like a very strange, fucked up individual.
It's fucked up.
But I also recognize that there's a lot of people. A lot of people that we do content with, that kind of behavior is not really that out of the ordinary, and I understand that.
If I give my son some pussy for his 16th birthday, I'm gonna be fucked up. I should wait till the 18.
I just wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, I would tell you just don't. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but just definitely don't talk about it. Don't talk. Yeah.
That's crazy though, right? Like, this what the world, because I remember my dad promised me.
Taking you to Hong Kong, son.
Nigga,
we're going to TJ.
But I was already knee deep, man, by the time I was 16. Like, man, you can keep that pussy. I'm finna go get some other pussy. But it was different back then. Like, I don't look at my dad as no fucking, like, he never said, oh, yeah, fuck that pussy, son.
No, yeah, that's when it gets weird.
Like, my dad told me in the car, like, I know you've been watching porn. Like, how you know that, man? You know what I mean? Like, he like, shit, as long as you watching female porn and shit, man, you ain't gonna hear nothing up out of me.
I wish my dad had given me more instruction sexually. Now, granted, he probably wouldn't have known what the fuck to tell me anyway, but it's like, when I think about it, like, in terms of girls, in terms of how to talk to a girl, how to pick a girl up, how to fuck with a girl in the first place, like, I was shooting in the dark. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on because my dad didn't tell me nothing about that shit.
Brother, I was never shooting.
Your friends kind of put you up on game.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you got these weird ass dudes that you end up associating with, and they're the ones telling you what's normal and what's not normal. And when I look back at a lot of the shit from when I was in high school, I didn't want to be normal, but I wanted to fuck with girls and shit. And I'll put it, all right, like, when I was like 16, there was a moment where I realized that a lot of the older BMX dudes that I was hanging out with would fuck a fat bitch, would fuck the ugliest girl you ever seen in your whole life.
Yeah. Not trying to be like that.
And like, my friends my age were not on that at all. It was like, if you were going to hook up with a girl, she needed to be reasonably attractive.
Right, yeah.
And then I realized that these dudes who are older than me, cooler than me, have some level of status in the world or whatever. They're just down to fuck the nastiest bitches possible just to do it.
Yeah, they trying to get that.
So what I started doing, I started fucking the nastiest bitches I could because I didn't give a fuck then. And when I look back on that, like, I know other people who learned at a young age that you should be sparing with your dick, that you shouldn't just fuck a random girl. You should, like, actually
That's weird.
Hold out and wait until you got a girl that, it's like, and I think that's wise.
I don't know if that's wise. I think
you learn. Look at you now, rich off dick, man.
Yeah, but maybe now I'm overreacting to that. But when I look at that as a young dude, I kind of wish I had better role models that were like, nah, like, you should try to like find a girl you actually like and fuck with her. And yeah, you can fuck random girls, but you shouldn't just be fucking like the chick who like most likely has herpes on her mouth just to do it.
Well, yeah, there's levels of this shit, but I will say like in West LA back in my day when we were coming up, a lot of the kids were square as fuck and they only wanted to fuck with the little Barbie girls. And if you weren't like, didn't fit that bill, you wasn't getting fucked with. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna lower my standards and I'm gonna do my thing. And I feel like by the time I was 18 and actually like I was way more experienced and they were square as fuck and they didn't even know what to do with a bitch. So like,
but man, I got memories of being like 20 when I first moved to New York, and the homies would be like finding girls on fucking Craigslist, like the fattest, nastiest chicks possible, and bringing them to the crib, and just we would be running trains on them. And when I look at it now, I'm like, I wish I had some kind of role model to tell me not to do that.
Well, yeah, like you're hanging out with like, I think that's like a cultural thing. That's like,
sure.
Within the BMX. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, a lot of the BMX shit led to that.
Man,
Yeah, that's-
if I didn't grow up on the West Side, bro, that shit like that in the hood too. It's just
see what I'm
wherever motherfuckers gave up on life at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got 25-year-old BMX riders that's getting money, and you got 25-year-olds that's still riding bikes and ain't figured out their life.
For sure, option B.
You get what I'm saying?
Killing it in life.
You get what I'm saying? So that's equivalent to the 25-year-old homie that's posted on the block that has the hood figured out. You know what I mean? He's the all-star gangbanger, but it's like, nigga, you've never paid a bill. You've never picked your kid up. You probably ain't seen your kid in fucking
many moons.
2 years.
That is the dynamic, 100%.
You're not heard about that shit. You don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And you showing me to, just get some pussy and nothing. This bitch like, you using a condom? Nigga like, man, you supposed to fuck around. You got 6 babies you don't know, nigga. Like, why was I listening to this dude?
Let me listen to the
Let
opposite
alone
of what you
the
said.
35-year-old one. Then you got the 40. It gets worse. It's just fucked up over there, and they treat you trash ass shit. It's some of them that it's like 2 or 3% that's gonna teach you about life.
Nah, that's a fact, honestly. Because it's like the 30-year-old dude who's still around is the lowest quality 30-year-old friend. But you're 15, you're 16, you're 17. You don't know. You don't know that this dude is a fucking total loser. And that all the other dudes who are 25 or 30 have like moved on to different scenarios in life where they don't have to be around young ass kids.
Exactly.
But like, no, the skateboarders who hung out at the skate park in Nashua. Yeah, I was like learning a lot about life from those type of dudes. And they're probably not exactly the most high level dudes.
It's like Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused, like high school girls. I love them. You know what I mean? Like
at 25 in real life, you're supposed to be like stepping 1 foot into your career, getting acquainted with how the rest of your life is supposed to go in a perfect world, right? Yeah. By 28, 29, 30, you're supposed to be trying to buy your first property. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe before that, if something shifts. The way the world works now, these young kids that can focus up and figure out a jug, by the time they fucking 23, the way this money come in online and all this stuff, they're able to get a house or whatever. But they not gonna teach you that in the hood or BMXing or in these cool groups of underground hip hop and all that. These are all the failures that's still chasing they go. It's the same with the nigga that's playing basketball at 28. Like, nigga, you still got hoop dreams.
So those guys that are hanging around are not cool. That's the message we're trying to convey, basically. Like
although this is different than the conversation about the Discord call, because it's like you have Max and Akademiks who are literally like 2 of the most successful people in that space, and they are, arguably demonstrating some not ideal behavior to these kids or whatever. I have a clip right here of this is Max's final response to the academic situation. I think because at least at one point, Ak was basically saying he doesn't fuck with Max anymore and he's not going to be posting him and all this type of shit.
It come back today because this nigga burner page, whatever it is, someone running the second page is taking clips from 3-4 years ago, posting them with captions that aren't true, trying to defame me and try to drag me down whack.
That's that. I think he's talking about Ak's other Twitter account that I said gets him in so much fucking trouble. But yeah,
the Akademiks TV.
Yeah.
Now, does Ak run this page? I don't think so. Do Ak most likely have control over this page? Yes. These are his mods, whoever's running it. Now look, Ak. I saw a clip of you saying fuck my community. I saw a clip of you saying fuck me. You don't need to post me. Don't post me. Don't post me then. I got here with my niggas without any of your posts. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I not grew up, but I was tuned in with you. I was always tuned in, watching you, supporting you. I fucked with you. Gang. I will never in my life put business over morals. God has tested me in this way multiple times to start this year. Morals. Never, ever put business over your morals. Once you do that, that's selling yourself, in my opinion. I will never do that. You came on my Song Wars, you judge shit. I appreciate that. That's love. But at the end of the day, if you are coming on stream and you are saying weird shit to a kid I basically view as my little brother, you feel me? Nor he's a Palestinian refugee, for anyone that doesn't understand. He's a Palestinian refugee. He lives in Malaysia. He doesn't speak Malay. He lost his mother. I've known him for like 2 years now. He's gone through a lot. He basically can't make friends in real life because he don't speak the language native to that country. And so he'd be on Discord all the time. He'd be in Twitch chats. He just needs people to talk to, friends. I really care about this kid. I've helped him financially, emotionally, all that. You feel me? Some of my friends take care of his finances, all that. It really runs deep. This shit is like 3 years deep, gang. I've known him for a long time.
That's crazy.
So since he was 12.
I don't want him in these situations where he's getting asked these weird questions. I don't know why my sister's even coming up, gang. You know, it's just childish. This shit weird. I'm not finna go here niggas talking about Men Is Still 3 drop this. Nah, I'm way past that. This shit childish. I don't even want to give this shit attention because this shit's nuts for this to even be something I got to talk about on stream. And in fact, if you came on stream and just said, yo, bro, my bad, I shouldn't be saying this to a kid, which is not even something you have to argue. This shit probably would have blew over. Why are you getting your page, whether you're behind it or not, to go and try and tarnish my name with old clips?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. Okay. That adds a little bit more context to it because it is kind of like seeing how upset it made him kind of makes you feel. Because, I mean, that's pretty strange to like have this issue and then use your page to like smear Max. But I feel like he thought that Max was like kind of grandstanding and like throwing him under the bus in the whole process of it. But I do think I think now he's like apologized more so, or like acknowledged that it was inappropriate.
But that's like that's like if you're like, Lush, that's fucked up. You were late today, and I'm like, well, Bricc Baby was late too. Look at all the times Bricc Baby was like trying to throw other people under the bus.
That sounds fucking accurate. Like you just tried to fucking do some bullshit right there.
Neither of us were late, so I don't even know.
I definitely was.
Oh, you was late?
You know, that's the weird part about the street shit we're talking about and the internet is that you could totally have like a mod or some shit on your thing and then like not have any, like he clearly knows a lot about his, about this kid's life.
Yeah.
But like for sure we got mods on here that we don't know who the fuck they are.
We don't even know if they're actual human beings.
It could be a 12-year-old Palestinian and we would have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the same time, still, like, I think if you guys feel like if Ak had just been like, you know what, that was weird, my bad, it would have blown over, or would people still be coming for his helmet?
I feel like he would still have all these people making videos about him because the opportunity is just too good, but definitely it would be hard. Like, him standing on it is kind of harder to justify, I think.
Yeah. Sure. So what's his latest response? What's he really saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, stall me out.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if we're gonna be able to find something concise here, but
I think he's at a point where he's about to let the world rant about that one because it's like, I mean, he has to say something, but it's like cancel. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to play a 50-minute clip, but it is out there for whoever wants to see it. Like, look, Anthony Fantano, Akademiks is disgusting.
Well, okay.
600,000 views.
One of the Fantano.
But it's everybody who has something against him is just like cashing in on this because.
What's his dad? I mean, what's his son? Flacco ain't made a.
People are on that. Flacco made a video about it and put it on Patreon.
Yeah.
No, look, so this Breakfast Club clip is like all just hilarious shitting on him. And look, 414K views. So it's like everybody that he's ever said shit about or had like a back and forth with is pretty much like, you know, able to use this as fuel.
I saw something about Lil Boom said something.
Lil Boom can't say
The last
shit.
person to be able to say
Look
shit.
up Lil Boom. He was on stream because I was telling you, I came across Back on Fig and they were looking at something with Lil Boom saying something, but I was getting dressed, so I just couldn't see.
All these videos are from like a year ago, so I don't know if he's
So maybe they pulled up some old shit.
Lil Boom, like Act comparatively went pretty easy on Lil Boom, considering how unbelievably weird the shit that he was doing. Think about how different that is.
Yeah.
Lil Boom was in the grocery store, non-consensually filming random and like little girls and shit too. I think like he was doing the weirdest shit that still to this day, I just don't get it. I don't understand what his particular malfunction in his brain that led to that was.
Pure deviance.
So is he banned or is that just cap?
He's banned on Twitch right now, but there's some conjecture about if it's because of the fact that he had that conversation or if it's the fact that he was on Twitch talking to Aiden Ross and Aiden Ross is banned on Twitch. So on Twitch in particular, and YouTube is not like this, you can't do content with someone who's banned. But it's still a little bit blurry about if that's exactly why this is going down or not.
How is Twitch paying attention to their content that much? It's just because
people report shit and then they got all these moderators who dig into shit, whatever.
Because I'm like, it has to be a team of snitches because it's like, come on, bro. How many people are uploading every day? How the fuck you know I got Aiden Ross on the phone?
Well, you can slide it, but
why you tripping? Like YouTube wouldn't do.
If you got 10,000 people watching you, for sure, there's a couple hundred that gonna report you, and then that's gonna rise to the occasion of somebody wanted to.
So what if I was banned on YouTube and I'm right here? Like YouTube wouldn't give a fuck.
But we've done that.
Bigger faces.
Because we Nick Fuentes is banned on YouTube, and we did content with him. But like, I could do a Steve Will Do It interview. He's banned on YouTube. But I don't think I could like make Steve Will Do It like a consistent co-host because I think Nelk Boys have been warned that they can't be like consistently having Steve Will Do It be a part of the channel.
Because isn't it based on channels though? Like this channel is banned, not this individual.
His Trump activities.
Wait, we got
this fucking Mexican dressing like a Mexican and shit.
You doing something, Donnie? Oh, you're pulling it up. Okay. No, the thing that got banned, that Steve Will Do It banned, is like so dumb that you're almost not going to believe it. But basically, like, you're not allowed to have the stake.com like URL on screen, I guess, when you're gambling and shit. You need to be very careful about that. Oh, wow. And I guess he showed the URL and they used that to fucking ban him permanently, which is just still to this day stands out to me as one of the craziest.
Top half of right there.
Yeah, like if we were
crazy.
I don't even still to this day 100% understand. But all right, let's see.
No jumper steak coming soon.
True. We're just gonna be very careful about how we display. Let's see what Lil Boom said.
Gotta just let Act know, bro. I'm keeping the guest been dry as fuck, bro. Y'all gotta just let Act know, bro. I'm keeping it being me and Act been cool, bro. Straight up, I don't give a fuck, bro. Me and Act been cool, bro. Like me and Act been cool. Like, I don't know what the fuck I thought was like, oh my God, like, me and Act been cool, bro. Act my dog, bro. Straight up, bro. Me and Act cool, me and Shay cool. Like, nigga, we all just cool.
But you got to keep in mind that Lil Boom is literally like thankful for anybody who'll even still have a conversation with him after this shit you went through.
Well, yeah.
$364 they're donating to the fucking.
Yeah, who the fuck is
Hopefully that's for like the year.
Like, what?
That might be like for the year or something if I had to guess.
For the decade.
Like, I mean, $364, that's got to be a lot for him.
I also like don't understand why that really just makes Act look worse. Like Act still talks to me. Like damn, that doesn't make Boom look cooler.
You want to grab me one of the spliffs off my desk?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we still got some good stuff that we got to get into. We still got to talk about Skinny from the Nine and his recent
what's going on with that?
I'm gonna get into it once this, but and I forgot we still got to talk about Arian Ryan.
I think that's pretty important because
we're both involved with it.
Yeah.
Although it's crazy how much people don't care. Like nobody, that was not like big news. It didn't make any pages. It was like a Reddit post with like 50 responses.
Well, like a frivolous, like poorly written, non-legalese.
I haven't even talked to my lawyer about it, but I have like a very concise thing that I could say about it that I think will sum up my thoughts about it, I honestly feel like their lawyer is being like massively misled in terms of like the reality of the situation. And I feel like he would not. Oh, fuck. I want to do this nice and concisely, but I don't want to do it when he's not here because then he's going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah, we can wait for him to come back because I got a few things that I'm questions more than anything.
He can't hold his pee for 2 hours.
It's like a woman's bladder.
I can usually around 3 hours, it really starts kicking in like, oh, fuck, I got to pee. But also like in times in my life where I've been like eating super healthy and like super low carb, I noticed the desire to piss coming so hard, like after like an hour.
I think it's from all the battle events that I've hosted. I'm like a fucking camel. I can literally just stand there while consuming copious amounts of alcohol.
Oh, see, that I can't do. As soon as I start drinking beers, oh Lord, I used to have to piss so much.
Keep in mind, I've had a few kidney stones in my day as well. So like I had that is the worst pain that I've ever experienced in my life.
No, you know what I noticed? It was when I went to the Fouties because I think we got there at like noon and we were doing shit until like 6 because we went to a video shoot afterwards. And I realized at one point that I had drank like 1 bottle of water and didn't piss or even think about pissing the whole time. And that's like very unlike me because normally I'm peeing probably every hour and a half, 2 hours.
Isn't there a cut that you could just hit and just piss real quick?
No, I just didn't even think about it. Yeah. We could read some donations while we're waiting, hon.
Let's see what they're talking about.
Big Bricc the Loke. Lush definitely put toilet cameras in a no jumper.
Don't tell him. Stop. On my spot.
Yo, today's the 2-year anniversary of my brother's death. Will y'all say long live Stanley? Yes, long live Stanley.
For sure that.
For sure. Danny from the Stop, one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm almost like embarrassed the extent to which I watch Danny from the Stop clips before like most things. Like, you know, I'm way more eager to watch his little 10-minute videos than most people's videos. And I like prior to him, I wasn't really deeply invested in the Joe Budden drama.
Former battle rap blogger Danny from the Stop.
I thought he said that he just like thought about getting into that.
That was like low key. Like he was and he was doing a little bit, but he definitely is super up on the culture.
Interesting.
He knows his stuff. It says shouts to Danny.
C Loco Media, play the video and react to it. You won't. I feel like everybody has seen the video. What you got there?
You go. They just walked in with Kava. Didn't buy me none.
Damn.
Okay, people are giving us shit for not reacting to the video. I feel like something bad could happen to this stream if we were to actually watch that. But Lush looks like Uncle Fester the Mole. Okay, definitely heard that one before.
I want to say that's not the full word they wanted to say, but I do like the love.
Now I get it. Okay, that's kind of funny. All right, this is my things I want to say, and I'm gonna keep it relatively sparse. And this is what I picked up on from speaking to my lawyers about the Uri and Riley situation and the lawsuit that they have filed against me.
You too, right?
And him, and for some reason Josh is even thrown into it, which is kind of baffling.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, so including in this lawsuit and things that were specified in it, it's like 90% things that took place after they stopped working here. Now, you can't, like, all that shit is irrelevant. Anything that we said about them after they left could only be part of a lawsuit if it was basically defamation. Now, the standard for defamation is very, very high. So, for sure, we've said things about them that probably would sort of enter into that realm because we have said some pretty crazy shit about them. But that being said, you have to prove damages. It's very, very difficult. So, 90% of the shit in that lawsuit is bullshit for it to be included in this lawsuit because timeline wise, all that shit happened after they left. A sexual harassment or unlawful termination or whatever lawsuit is only going to be able to address things that took place while these people worked here. Now, even the biggest No Jumper hater who was aware of what was going on at No Jumper while they were here, especially if you worked here and you were like really seeing what was going on day to day, we never treated her with any kind of disrespect. Was there disrespect after she left? Sure. But we always treated her with the utmost respect, including going massively out of our way. Remember when big homie was liking her Instagram photos and shit? We basically like put it on the table. Like, if you're uncomfortable with anything that he's done around you, he's out of here.
Led to a termination of an employee, damn near.
Exactly. Like, we took it to an extent of showing her respect that honestly was kind of crazy. Like, the level to which we basically went massively out of our way to make her feel comfortable, which is insane. So
OG Chaircast? Who was it? With the chair?
Kiki.
Kiki,
wow.
yeah, there was weird stuff there, but like, you know, there's absolutely no truth to the idea. And there was never any sort of documentation of her feeling uncomfortable in any way. There's no complaints, nothing that was said. At some point, if this lawsuit continues on, my lawyers have informed me, don't delete anything off your phone. I laughed because they could see everything I got on my phone. There was never any intentional disrespect while they were here. And, you know, even in a situation like somebody allegedly posted something to her on the Reddit at once. So now you're taking a public platform, which Yuri was a mod on.
Yeah.
Even after he stopped working here, he was still a mod. He had the power to go onto the Reddit and remove whatever. As soon as we became aware that anybody had posted anything inappropriate, well, someone who was a mod on No Jumper, the No Jumper Reddit allegedly posted this, he was removed as a moderator immediately. So that is, quite frankly, insane. So either of them saying that they were unlawfully terminated. Think about this. She was terminated at the same time that like 8 hosts left the platform, maybe more, maybe 10 people left the platform,
including the tech staff. It was like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that's just hosts.
Right.
We got rid of like 4 editors.
Right.
At like the same time.
Designers.
She was an administrative assistant. We did not hire another administrative assistant after we fired her. She was fired 100% because of the fact that we were downsizing. We did not have as many hosts. There was just way less content to be created, as well as the economic realities of podcasting kind of hitting us. You know, obviously there was a boom period during the pandemic and we had all these hosts, and then a lot of those hosts left right around the same time that a lot of the views were really kind of coming back to earth, whatever. It's completely disingenuous and it's total bullshit. And the idea that he was terminated.
He wasn't terminated. He quit on his own.
Okay, that is not true. He was terminated from his role as an editor. And there are multiple clips on YouTube in which it's discussed at length, and he acknowledges that he was let go as a result of the fact that he was a horrible editor and he was making lots of mistakes. That stuff is all extremely well documented.
He was still on camera talent.
He was still on camera talent. But at some point, he stopped calling. He stopped trying to be on camera, whatever. And then we enter into the period of time where we were beefing, going back and forth, whatever. All that shit is irrelevant to what they're claiming about the unlawful termination shit. My lawyers have characterized this as an extortion attempt. It's basically a situation in which they're leveraging the fact that it's relatively easy to sue your employer, and they're doing what they can with it. It's not something I'm losing any kind of sleep about, because I know they were both treated with the utmost respect while they were on the platform, and that everything afterwards, you going to his house, what the fuck does that have to do with No Jumper?
Let's talk about
think about the things that led to you going to his house. It's so obvious that he was a willing participant in this. And I'll let you go, but what was I going to say?
A willing participant.
He was such a willing participant in it while under NDA. They're both under NDA.
Oh, shit.
So will there be an ensuing countersuit? Well, it's certainly on the table because they're under NDA and they have said some absolutely horrible things about myself, about No Jumper. And the NDA specifically protects us in case slanderous statements were made by them. Now, I would implore people watching this, people in the Reddit, please submit everything that you consider to be slanderous in any way, because we've already collected quite a good deal of it. However, I know there's more of it, and there has been an attempt by them to clean up their digital footprint and to hide some of the stuff that they said about us. That being said, so much of it is already archived on the Reddit that it's just absurd to think that this is going to go anywhere. So, Lush, feel free to air out whatever you have to say.
Well, let's just talk about the odd inclusion of Nicholas Hyams in this lawsuit. Let's talk about the fact that I was unaware until I saw this lawsuit that I was in a managerial capacity at No Jumper in any way. And I was able to determine hiring and firing. And I was a superior, as stated in the lawsuit, to Mr. Yakubowski and Miss Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's crazy.
Because I was today years old when I realized that. If I had known sooner, there probably would have been a little bit of different things that would have gone down. Now, with that being said, also,
bros.
yeah, the biggest. I'm also a little bit confused about me when Yuri specifically invited me to his house.
Right.
In fact, I have a text message that says, pull up. Pull up, indicating an invite to his house, while he had a picture of me behind him and a lengthy discussion, which, again, Reddit sleuths, do your best. It's not going to be hard to regurgitate any of this. An entire stream dedicated to my unborn child being a crack baby.
And trying to take the moral high ground after engaging in something like that is so absurd. Somebody posted a clip in the Reddit the other day that really stuck with me, and it was a moment in which Yuri was talking about how he felt like he had so much motion going at a time and that it made sense for him to leave No Jumper because he was influenced by Akademiks and he wanted to really see what was possible for him in terms of what he could accomplish on his own as a streamer. It turns out that you would go on to accomplish nearly nothing. You have like 10 average live viewers. That same fan base that we gifted you now views you as an absolute failure, a bad person, and a piece of shit. And you've dragged your girlfriend down with you. And the idea that you think that you're going to come out of trying to go legal on us unscathed, that the people are going to have any sort of sympathy for you. I very much foresee a future in which the donations, which have nearly entirely dried up, will dry up to a level that is almost unthinkable.
The fucking Sahara Desert.
For sure.
And it makes me wonder, like, here's the thing that's confusing to me. I was so cool with them. I never had a negative interaction with Yuri, and Riley was invited to their home multiple times, was on their podcast. We did a one chip challenge, whatever, all this, like, no, to the point where when I was doing my first No Jumper diss track, I was like, hey bro, you're not even included in here. And he got mad and I had to add bars to even have something to say about Yuri because he wanted me to diss him. So he got added. If you listen, it's at the end of the song. I don't even mention bro till the end. You know what I'm saying? And
he asked you to diss him?
Yeah, he's like, what? You left me out? That's why?
The thing about it is that I almost feel bad for the lawyer, and I really look forward to the moment in which the lawyer realizes the extent to which he has been misled, because you know that they probably presented a bunch of information to the lawyer and the lawyer was like, oh, they did all this shit while you were working there? This is a textbook example of whatever. But the reality is that while they worked here, they were treated so well.
Right.
And it was only after they entered into a verbal back and forth with us that there was any kind of disrespect. At some point, this lawyer is going to realize that, and he's going to realize this lawsuit is a lemon. It's not going anywhere. So I'm very much looking forward to it. It's obviously a little bit annoying to have to be investing money into legal funds in order to deal with someone who, you know, realistically, I spent like 8 years building up Yuri, giving him every opportunity. I gave him a streaming career. I continued to promote him and have him on stream over and over and over. And it's only now that he has realized that he is an absolute abject failure that he's now decided to go the legal route. And hey, let's be real. These situations oftentimes will end in some kind of settlement. So maybe there is a chance that I've got to cough up some amount of money. And that would be unfortunate because you really hate to see the bad guys win. But the thing that is absolutely clear, Yuri, is that you're the bad guy. You are a piece of shit who has nothing going for him. And there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It's all dark days from here. Everybody involved in this. What happened to all the dudes that you started that podcast with? What do they think about you now? We don't even have to ask.
They seem like they're doing fine without him.
We saw the house phone rant. We know what those people think of you. We know what kind of conversations they're having about you off camera.
What type of dweeb ass person you are. Like, you know what you are. Oh my God. You're drinking my water.
An ingrate.
You're drinking my water while motherfucking cussing you out and shit. Why you're drinking my water?
I'm taking my Tito's.
Bitch ass nigga.
If the lawsuit concerned things that happened while they worked here,
be different.
It would be 1 page long.
Right.
Instead, they group in all this shit that happened after they left as if that's going to have any impact on this, when in reality, it will all be tossed out immediately.
Which they also were participants in. It wasn't like for them to play the victim is fucking absolute insanity.
Real white guy.
First of all, First of all, anybody, the idea of someone disrespecting or even making Riley feel uncomfortable when she was there, that person would have got dogpiled.
We treated her better than he did.
Yeah, we've
seen the way he treats her.
She would cry. We would try to talk to her. God. We all had her back the most.
Yeah, everybody
was cool with Riley.
And you know who's really assassinated his character? The internet,
right?
The Moist Criticals of the world, the Feared Bucks of the world, the people who made this footage. Like, you realize that clip of him and her in which he's like basically verbally abusing her because she did a YouTube video while she was in high school with a gay dude. That's still going viral in different corners of the internet on a consistent basis.
That's cringe porn for life.
Oh, for life. That's not going anywhere. And I'm sure that had like a significant negative impact on their lives. Guess who made that clip? You streamed that. That didn't have anything to do with me. Did I help decimate it to the internet?
Are you gonna sue Charlie?
Yeah.
Are you gonna sue Charlie?
Yeah, why is Moist Critical not in this lawsuit?
Yeah, how's he not on the chalk?
It's just such a joke. And I don't know who went about putting it on the Reddit or who tipped somebody off, because I'm gonna be real with you, it's like, I probably, besides you, I think I told 2 other people.
Yeah,
Josh also, but like even most of the employees here didn't know about it.
Josh, another dude that was nothing but kind of Yuri and Riley the whole time. And here's the thing, look at this timeline. So
I didn't want her working here. Josh had a heart of gold. He's the one who hired her.
So look at this timeline. Me, Yuri, and Riley are all super cool, right?
Yeah.
I start going back on No Jumper before I'm even rehired. A post pops up about Yuri and Sky Bree, right? And because I won't lie on their stream and say that No Jumper told me to make this post and told me to discuss something that I honestly, the Sky Bree lore escaped me. I wasn't even aware of that. If I was Yuri, I would have been psyched.
Because that shit happened.
Tried to knock that down.
We deleted a huge chunk out of the Sky Bree interview to please her, to make her happy, because she didn't want it out there that he had even had a conversation with her. And then for like 3 years after that, nobody said anything about it. It ended up that I think somebody found out about it and posted it on the Reddit, and then she posted confirming it or whatever.
To blame me somehow, or that
so that's how that started with you guys, huh?
They said that she cried to me about it, which never happened, by the way, or whatsoever. Never happened. And then they tried to bring me on their stream to say that No Jumper told me to do this. Because I wouldn't do that, all of a sudden they start talking shit about me, unfollow me. All of a sudden I'm flush, I'm lost in the No Jumper sauce, blah, 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 blah. And then start antagonizing me to the point where I talk shit back, to the point where he's now dissing my unborn kid, calling him a crackhead. And then when I show up, not only do you call the police but now you're trying to put me in a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Like, do you see the levels of bitch assness?
It's the saddest behavior that I could ever fathom. And it's just such a disappointment that somebody who I gave every opportunity to. Now, I could say you could replace a few other people in this conversation of the other people that I've given massive opportunities who then turned around and tried to paint me as a bad person. But with him, it hits extra hard because it was such a long time period that I helped him and tried to support him and saw him basically just implode. And it's like, he just deserves where he's at in life right now. A failed streamer who, I've heard it through the grapevine, he's got a job and there's nothing wrong with that. I do believe that he's, working at Amazon or whatever. Would I be interested in finding out where he works? Sure. I feel like maybe where he works deserves to know about some of the things that he's been up to, but I'm not involved in any sort of tit for tat. And I hope that the court or the lawyers get access to every single time I've ever said Yuri in my phone. I think a big part of it is I think that they think, because they said this, and I think they really believe it. I think they think that I actually paid people to talk about them in the Reddit. No, that's the people. Bro, y'all people have things to say about you. It has nothing to do with me.
The motherfucker, the Reddit is gonna do what the Reddit does.
I wish I had the kind of knowledge of what you have to do in order to employ mass armies of people.
Nobody's
to paint narratives.
protected.
I don't give a fuck. If I was going to do that, I would have probably employed people to paint positive narratives about me when all the hosts left or whatever. Imagine me using that sort of power to go at him instead of to in some way help me.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. And it's the last gasps of a streamer whose career and everything that he's worked toward has amounted to nothing. So
have you downloaded Reddit for 4 extras on his phone? I think that we should introduce him to the Reddit.
No, I don't want to do that to him. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we'll give him a couple more months.
I'm gonna let him figure that out. I don't want him.
He's pure still.
Yeah, he's still pure. Exactly.
Yeah, he's still pure. But that Reddit, watch. I want you, like 3 months from now, let's have an episode of you and him going through the Reddit.
That's not bad. Anyway, man, it's sad to see. And I genuinely hope that homeboy gets his just due. And just know my legal team is working overtime to get them their just dues.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a straight ambulance chaser of a lawyer that they got or someone that's being severely misled. But either way, I can see this coming to a screeching halt.
I might just give him a call. Send him this clip, give him a piece of my mind, let him know exactly how he's being misled.
Well, I just never, again, the fact that I'm listed as someone in a position of power when I'm basically like equivalent to the janitor at No Jumper, like, I don't understand. Like,
I mean, God, yeah, I don't know. It's just hilarious. I don't know. It's mind blowing.
I don't understand it, but hey, I mean, this is like a fucking
it's a good
the boy crying. Well, he's crying for help. That's what it
in
is.
The chat.
Like,
remember when Yuri's friends threatened Lush on live with a pew pew, aka a gun, while looking for Lush? Let's start there.
Yeah.
That sounds great. I really don't even think that is necessary to paint the picture that we have to paint in order to show how stupid this is. Yeah. But that's a great example that certainly crossed my mind.
Because I don't even want to slime out
feet on
guys.
land.
Yeah, feet on land. I don't even want to slime out those guys. Even I feel like they even realize.
That should tell on your ass. Watch.
I'm telling.
Keep on threatening your ass going to jail. I'm gonna make sure that they white. They could do it. They not affiliates. Don't think twice, fellas.
I'm telling.
What's that?
It's just literally an inhaler. It's not beautiful. Shit. I just felt like when you say I'm telling and you have an inhaler, it sounds more convincing.
What is an inhaler like? I've never used one.
Well, it's like I had
it's like a big gasp of air.
It seems like every time I don't know if it was the fires that brought up but it seems like every year around this time I got allergies that kind of affect
my girl's been telling me that we absolutely should not be going outside without masks on.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
Which is tough for me because it's hard to find a mask that really like fits my gigantic fucking monster head.
Shiesty up, gang.
Yeah, but they're saying that don't work. You need an N95 or the thing that has like the real like panel that
the beak
that can absorb some shit. I'm so like anti-mask from the whole COVID thing. I found them so annoying during that time period that I really hate the idea that a goddamn fire is gonna in any way force me to become a mask guy. I feel like if you wear a mask, everybody's gonna be looking at you like a fucking cuck. I don't need any help in that department. I already got the cuck tag next to my name.
Or should get a mask and just write cuck
I've been
on the
seeing
tag.
people with masks on, like, damn, I should have one on, but they definitely look lame with the mask on. It's no COVID in the air. Like, what do you have a mask on for, dude?
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
How terrible is the air quality, though?
I mean,
It seems fine to me.
That's what I'm like.
But I mean, it probably would have seemed fine to me, days after 9/11 when everybody was inhaling like chunks of metal and shit, which I think at the time they didn't understand how bad the air was in New York City. So nobody was thinking about masks. But in retrospect, like everybody should have had fucking masks on. And I do know that like, burning wood in your house, like having a fireplace is like extremely bad for your lungs. So you can only imagine how much like the asbestos and all this other bullshit that's been burning in this general area getting into the air probably is. Yeah. That being said,
Paint and shit.
I mean, look at what we're all inhaling right now. Like how much worse could it be than
That's
this?
what I was saying. I'm like, fuck. It's
I'll
like
tell you
smoking
what.
3 packs, huh?
but that mold spores is no joke. That black mold, that is.
I know that shit's a joke. They just did you see the mudslides and shit that just went on?
Really?
Malibu or what?
No, like Mulholland,
Oh, shit.
but like the Canoga side.
Yeah.
It was like cars buried in mud and stuff. Like they were like sliding the bins out that motherfucker. Yeah.
Because they've been having that in Malibu for like a long ass time.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
janky.
LA's falling apart. The rain and the fire. Hey.
Honestly, rain could have been 2 weeks earlier. It would have been great, right? Jesus Christ. No, but I think Bricc made a really good point a few weeks ago when we discussed it. When you were like, where's the part of LA that looked like Miami Beach?
Where is it?
There isn't. And where will it be when they rebuild that motherfucker? Right where all them fires was.
Malibu is a perfect
I mean, yeah,
spot.
one of the nicest parts of LA, if you want to walk around and have that sort of nice, no homeless people, beautiful storefronts, etc., was the Pacific Palisades, which actually that one shopping area that Rick Caruso built there was one of the things that was saved because he had access to private firemen who were able to basically like put the fire out. And you think about how fucked up it is that like I was listening to him on Sam Harris's podcast today and he was making the point they have to spend shitloads of money on private security. Why? Because there's not enough cops to do the fucking job.
100%.
Then they have to now employ private firefighters because there's not enough firefighters to do the fucking job. Like it's actually crazy how mismanaged this state is. And in particular,
firefighter.
the two economic centers of the state, San Francisco and LA, are both basically viewed as like failed states that for some reason we're still all holding on to. But I mean, it feels like if it gets worse, people like me and people like probably you guys are going to maybe have to really rethink. I know a lot of people have done the Texas thing. I don't think it would be great for me coming from a hip hop perspective, but who knows?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying not, but I was about to get an apartment in California and just get a house in Vegas because you get more bang for your buck. And not even that alone, it's more shit going on in Vegas outside of podcasting and shit.
I'll tell you what, Gavin.
Go ahead.
Gavin Newsom, we need to get his ass the fuck up out of here. I'll tell you that right now.
This not nothing. Well, yeah.
What?
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. What are we funding the police for? It's like you take away the funds from the police not doing shit. It's people getting away with robberies. They running out of stores. They doing all the shit. It's like you guys actually gave them more money last year. Like I thought that we were taking money from them and putting that shit in other places.
You know where we weren't putting it? In the motherfucking fire.
No, they cut $200 million of the fire budget. They fired half the. That's like, why would you? I don't know. They saying that it was already like a conspiracy set up, like we about to take that from them.
I think like Karen Bass doesn't seem like she really like felt like too much of an obligation to go out of her way to protect people's homes out here. Yeah,
at all. Yeah. No fucks given.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one last topic that I would like to hit before we embark on the music listening stream. Skinny from the 9 says that Lil Durk tried to get him to backdoor King Yella. Let's watch the clip before we comment on this.
Fuck with you. You telling niggas you don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you, bro. If I wanted to backdoor you, if I wanted something to happen to you, it already been happened, bro. I know where you live. I know everywhere you be at, bro. I told you like a man, hey, yo, you know Dirk wanted me to backdoor you.
But he tried to get Skinny. To back. He was trying to get Skinny to line me up, man.
I let you hear the conversation when Dirk FaceTimed me. That's not solid enough, bro. I risked my relationship with Dirk to make you to have a decent relationship with you. Like, so I did some goofy shit to the BDs, and now you GD and you telling me that, oh no, I don't trust Skinny. I done chill with you for 2 years straight out here, bro. Ain't nothing ever happened. Ain't no weird shit ever happened around me. You ain't never catch me acting weird. You ain't never seen me do nothing of the sort, bro. So, hey, yo, King Yella.
Wait, there's trouble in paradise between Skinny and Yella? I thought they was homies.
My read on the situation is that they literally sit around. They got nothing viral going on. Dirk's locked up, so the King Yella content faucet has pretty much dried up.
Dried up. You can't talk shit about it.
They sit around and they think of narratives that they can use for content, but they don't want to make themselves look bad. So the narratives have to make them look good, but still be salacious enough to get attention. And so Skinny, like, this is the perfect thing that he would invent, because it involves Lil Durk acknowledging him. It involves him being a good guy and telling King Yella. And like the overall meaning of all this seems to be that they just want to make it look to the world as if they're more important than they are. Skinny, I hate to do it to you. I just saw you the other day, but this shit is just so gay, so pathetic. I'm sorry. I didn't believe it for a second. They're both very bad actors.
Yeah, they act
That's
like
part
they're
of the
beefing
problem.
with each other over the shit.
Yes.
Oh wow! So they're beefing with each other to get the narrative out because they wanted to tell the story about Lil Durk trying to backdoor.
But do you believe for a second that Dirk would actually do that through Skinny from the Nine? There's so many ways that Dirk could have figured out.
I didn't even think about that shit.
Information about King Yella and where he lives.
Does Dirk even care enough about King Yella?
Exactly. There's so many people that he would love to get knocked off before King Yella on that list. Like, I think to him, King Yella is like a total non-threat and basically a joke.
Yeah.
There's just so many people that he could that have actually caused bloodshed in his life.
King Yella
that are probably still walking
fan.
around. You know,
He's a Dirk fan. He says that he's a Dirk fan.
We have an update about that. Apparently, at one point, King Yella did put in his OTF.
Submission,
an application, if you will, like at McDonald's, you fucking drop out the application. I don't know. More information to come about that in an upcoming interview. But like, to me, this is just probably one of the saddest things I've seen in the history of hip hop. Really,
they thought you was about to give a good take on that shit. Hey man, Skinny, you really losing yourself.
Oh, it's lost.
Yeah, like I still pick up for him. But it's like, I don't know if I want to do too much hanging out and stuff till you find yourself, bro. You went and played homeless. You've been like, you did all type of shit in the span of this last year that I've known you, or years of change. Like, you've been through so many different Skinnies, bro. And I'm not attaching myself to that shit. You sober up, guy.
He's a cool guy. I really like. He's a nice dude.
He has good intentions. Yeah. It's just he's found his way into the orbit of the most obnoxious, embarrassing, clout chasing content creator in the history of hip hop, aka Yella Boy. And he's like struggling to get any kind of motion content wise to such an extent that it's like even like it makes Yella look successful, because his Yella, you know, something viral happens, he could get 30,000 views or 40,000 views or whatever, even though his average shit might just be like a couple.
And your style rapper is exempt, nigga. Real trap niggas is in. That shit, that Nav and all that little I mean, all that shit over. 6ix9ine, all that shit, nigga. They want to hear Lil Durk, Lil Baby, nigga. They want to hear Boss Man D-Lo. They trying to hear the trap is mainstream, my nigga.
But
all that.
You know, it's like usually when you have a controversy, they'll get any kind of attention, like in the no jumper world. Usually there's a bad guy. There's one person who looks bad.
Right.
This story doesn't have that. That's why it's a dead giveaway. Like I guess it kind of makes Yellow look like a bad guy, sort of, because he's kind of like, he's not showing a proper level. Yeah, it's like elevating him to the level of Dirk wanting him dead, and it's elevating Skinny to the level of Dirk thinking that he would be a good co-conspirator.
He still doesn't trust.
Number 4.
That's number 4. We found him. We found him. He's been revealed.
He was waiting outside the W.
We still, and the cold part is, I really wish that Skinny did give him the drop. He should have given Dirk the drop. It would have made him look cooler in this situation.
He would have done the world a favor.
Especially because Yella, apparently, according to this satirical video, I'm going to call it satirical.
It's basically a skit.
It's basically a skit.
Yeah.
A skit about a potential skit. Like that Yella still don't trust you. Despite you being around him for 2 years, he still don't trust you.
Just so many things are off about it that it's like I didn't even have to put much mental energy into it. But it's like, wouldn't Skinny seem hurt?
Yeah.
He's not even like expressing the right emotions.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. He's a crybaby, so you know him.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh man, you talking about you didn't fuck with me?" Like, how's that? He would be hysterically losing his mind because he calls my phone if I don't pick up for like 3 days. Like, "Oh, we didn't touch money together." I'm like, bro, I didn't pick up the phone. You act like I fucking.
Yellow looks like Yellow looks like young MA at this point. Let's be honest. Like,
I want to see. Is there any? I was hoping that there would be.
They're together.
Them. Oh yeah, look at this.
They got a joint.
They got a song.
Oh, wait, this is the worst cropped photo in the history of the internet. 4,000 views and it came out 3 months ago. What are you talking about? Do you think this might be from back in the day?
It's from back in the day.
Why is there a hashtag JCritch and Bricc Baby hashtag?
No.
Hashtag Bricc Baby OT7 Quantity Type B.
OT7 Quantity Type B. Bricc Baby. Lil Durk, No Jumper, Hip Hop, King Yella, J Main, JCritch, Ice Spice, 6ix9ine, Eminem, OT7 Quantity Type B. Trump.
Whack 100. It's amazing.
Top comment. Dude going out sad, pretending to get Dirk on a song is wild. Oh, so it's not even real?
Wow.
They probably took her like a verse, like an empty. Because you could look up. Most rappers have acapellas on YouTube. You can snatch up.
I hate that this plan like almost kind of worked though, because he's got 10,000 views on this, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's besides his music, that might be his most viewed vlog
from the new era of Skinny, because he used to put some numbers up.
I have some skepticism about those numbers. Look, he beefing with Loose Cannon, bro. Loose Cannon gonna beat the dog shit out of you, and I could say that in front of his op, but
he lives right there. Nah, he gonna whoop his ass,
sweetie, Skinny.
Damn, he even changed to the perm to try to get some views. I know he got more on that one. See,
the perm is hard.
The hairdo. He needs to keep his hair like that.
That's like DJ Quick right there.
Wait, does he have the forehead like tattoo? No. It's just like a weird.
Nah, it's a double line. He has a taper in the front too.
It's like I don't want to pick on somebody who's obviously just like going through some shit on the internet, because I do think that like Skinny from the 9 could be a good person and that people would like him to some extent, but
and he has talent.
This stuff is taking you further away from that, So yeah.
Don't hang out. Basically, like don't hang out with dorks.
Yeah, I was saying that.
The TV looks like who?
Comb over. It's the same.
Yeah,
like
it's him again. The same hair.
No, it's playing an ad.
Yeah, but Skinny's hair is a little healthier.
Yeah. No, he does have a good head of hair, honestly. If he had become like a model, maybe, like, I don't know, pick a career for him.
Fucking a gay OnlyFans model.
Yo, at least we can give him that. He didn't go full island boy.
He could definitely donate. He could donate to Locks for Love for sure.
Yo, you gotta give it to him that he never went full island boy with it. He never sucked a carrot and pretended it was his brother's dick.
Yeah.
He definitely he's up one.
He stayed on this side of D Kane. We'll say that.
D Kane.
Yeah.
Oof, D Kane's an animal.
He's not a 6ix9ine. Yeah. He came into the culture and kind of, he'd be all right.
All right. Smash a like if you love Skinny from the 9 and No Jumper and Lush and Bricc and Baby and Adam. Shout out to Donnie running the boards. Let's get it to 1,000 likes.
Let's
4 figures.
Off the back. Run it the fuck up. Run it the motherfuck up. You see we own No Jumpers. Nigga Adams. Lush Uno.
Bricks. Lushes.
Lushes.
It kind of fucks it up when you have to do like lushes. But we were doing that the whole time we were in Vegas. Adams from No Jumpers.
Yeah, No Jumpers.
I gotta find a way to harness that. All right,
He does
shout out
call
to
himself
everybody.
extras, to be fair.
Right, but that's not technically his name.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's